Master.
You what? What the hell?
I get no bitches.
Whoa. We live up in this piece. What is good with y'all? We live in this piece, yo. We are cordially waiting for Hi-Lite Real to grace us with his presence. You know, this man is a hard worker. He out here doing his thing, but we are back live, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, when he hops in, we're going to officially kick off today's podcast. We got a lot to talk about, but Gresh Unleashed is back. If you are new around here, we coming to you live every which way. And you know what? Before we hopped on live, I was making sure that I was just running down my emails. You do what you do, because I've been working like a Hebrew slave all week, man. I've been working tirelessly, trying to keep this grind going. But yo, if you are new around here, we are live. It's our first time being live back since March 3rd. And you know, I was looking through my email and I'm saying, damn, me and Hi-Lite have done a lot of freestyles, but we haven't released certain ones, and that's on me. That's on me. So before we get to today's podcast officially started, how about I let you guys listen to a certain song that we never ever released, or we probably intend to release, but I'm gonna let you guys hear it. And as I wait for Hi-Lite to hop up, I'm going to stall for him right quick. But yo, we are back live. Hopefully you guys can join us and do what it do, because you know it's been a minute since we've been live on this here with the content, because you know we got to talk about everything. We're going to talk about WrestleMania, NXT Stand Deliver, Toni Storm on AEW, DPW Fire, Triple H, MJF, all more people. Let me pull this song up though, because I want you guys to hear this, Joe. I want you to, and I don't care if we get copyrighted because of the song background instrument we use, because I'm not getting paid on this channel in particular anyway. But yo, like I said, I'm stalling for my boy to give him time, because he's a hard worker out here in these streets. But he will be joining us here live, and I actually got the notification, so you know he's about to hop on live, and he's right here just in the nick of time. But yo, let me pull up this email right quick before I officially bring him on. But yo, if you guys ain't been around paying attention, let's pull this up. What up, bro?
What's happening?
It's been a minute, man. Well, before you hopped on, I was going, before we officially start the podcast, I was going to actually let them, the viewers, whether they were watching live or watching on demand, listen to a freestyle we haven't even released yet.
Ooh, we gonna do it.
I was like, shoot, I don't care about getting copyrighted, because I'm in the mood. I'm like, it's a channel. I'm not getting copyrighted. I'm not getting paid anyway on it. So, but without further ado, let me let you guys listen to this song. It is. Let me make sure I share it properly, because I want you guys to hear what I'm talking about. Ooh. It is a song by your boy, Mr. Hi-Lite Real. You know, it's the Mark Henry freestyle. I'm gonna let you guys listen to it. And it's the song that I haven't really got around to it. So hopefully you guys can hear it, because I'm just going off the cuff right now. So
we do not own the rights to this. We do own the rights to the lyrics though.
Can you hear that?
I can hear it. It's a little muffly, but I can hear it.
Uh-oh.
Don't forget the real.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's
go.
Walking like I talking with these infinite rhymes. You writing checks that your mouth can't cash, but get on time.
Oh.
Thank you to the Hall of Pain. Look at how we came in the gym, getting all them games. Put that boy to shame. Pick the scenario, I'll tell him just how it could be. Put that boy to sleep so much faster than Tyron Woodley.
Wait a minute.
Ooh. When they think I'm retired, live for the thrill of the fight. Now I'm really inspired, and don't you ignore me. I alter the story. These blood, sweat, and tears that I shed get carefully gory. A big fight feel indeed, but I know it's it's not a drill. Get a load of my expertise, please, it's smooth skill. Heavyweighted, y'all overrated. Look how I made it. I'm the most creative and innovative. Y'all way too dated. I'm anticipating your every move. I'm out here waiting. All these bodies on the canvas. So I'm out here playing. Player, you better back down. Make a name up for me. I'll make you famous on SmackDown. Used to be that silverback, your attitude ain't feeling that. My title on the line. I'm way too raw and now I'm feeling black. A mismatch. Wackety exposed. Think you know about this hurt business? You been closed. The bone breaking, dress shaking phenomenon. Keep your vitamins and your prayers. Don't need your pythons. Test to the wits and I'm infinitely strong. Send them to the back of the line where you really belong. From a friend to a foe, either way you still the enemy. World strongest slam, let's call it Mark Henry.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, they gonna make me put the chain on for this one, dog. Oh, my goodness. Bruh.
This man right here.
Bruh.
Yo.
Bruh. We had to get hood on him now, dog. We gotta put the chain on him, bruh. What? Man, hey, we having fun with it. Hey, y'all let us know, man. Y'all want to hear more of that, dog? Y'all want more of them freestyle games, bro? Y'all tell us, man.
Fun fact about that, I was planning on releasing that or work on it for February. Then I got booked for Marvel. So the same day that I was like, I'm gonna work on this. I'm like, bro, this thing. They hit me up. They say, hey, can you come set? I'm like, fuck, all right. But yo, for real, like if I just say, if Gresh decides to embrace the prodigy and actually become a professional wrestler and actually train, I might actually just say screw it and let that be my theme music for the indies.
I don't blame you, brother. Hey, that was a fun one. You know how to bring that one, man. I was like, hey, that's Mark Henry, that's 3-6 Mafia. Like, hey, that's the roots. We gotta bring the lyricism to that one for real. So
on some real stuff, bro, you have a way of like you one of the few rappers that I actually enjoy listening to that doesn't rely on profanity at all.
Oh yeah, it's an art, man. It's not easy to do that, even as a Christian rapper. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those things. Even if I was secular with it, like it's an easy thing for me, but it's not easy for most. Because I've had people say, "Man, I commend you. Like, how are you doing that?" I'm like, it's easy. It's easier than you think, bro. You just gotta, you know what I'm saying, play with your words more, and
And I think as someone who is half PG and half Chris and half out there, I try to rely less on profanity when I'm whether I'm doing the podcast or whether I'm doing anything in general. Mainly because it's like I've realized that the more I do this, whether it's the YouTube stuff or this podcast, I have a lot of kids listening to me.
Shout out to the kids watching and listening, man. Hey, we do this for the kids though. Look, realistically, right?
It's like I try to be my authentic self, but at the same time, because I'm like, yo, I know I'm out of pocket. Like I literally put on Twitter, I'm like, yo, I talk about the wrestling stuff, I talk about the video game stuff, and I'm also caught in 4K 9 out of 10 by everybody because I am a sexually driven human being. It comes with the territory, and I'm a black man who's attracted to black women. Like you can tell me to not lust after the less melanated folks, but when it comes to black women, I will lust after every last one of them until I am blue in the face. I don't even care no more.
So are we classifying Nikita Lyons as white or black? What are we doing at this point?
No, she white. She white as hell. Get out. No.
So you root for Lash Legend. That's what you're telling me. You going on Lash. Okay. I got you.
Yeah. And with that being said, we might as well do the intro right on time. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, greetings and salutations. It is your purveyor of mischief, Gresh, joining you live for the first time since March 3rd for the Gresh Unleashed podcast. And of course, joining me is the voice of the Unleashed anthem. That is Mr. Hi-Lite Real. Also, the voice behind the Hardy Boys, song that you can listen to everywhere you listen to your music, whatever you listen to, Apple, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever you listen to, you can listen to that song. Because that song is, when I tell you, this man, I gave this man his flowers at the top a few minutes ago, but man, this man has legitimately a nick and a calling for this rap game, and the fact that he tries to incorporate with his love for professional wrestling is like, whoo, that is chef's kiss in my opinion. But what's up, brother? It's been over a month since we've
Yeah.
really been chatting, and it's not that it's like we're both just busy. Like, I understand a lot of people like, what happened to the Freepedia stuff? I'm like,
we trying, man.
we trying,
Listen,
dog.
bear with us. We got. I mean, like, I think about that on a regular, Gresh. I promise, bro. Because I'll be like, I know the Freepedia guys is waiting on us to drop some. Like, All American been doing this thing. Moon Knight came out. Proud Family, Louder and Proud. Like, it's so much stuff for us to talk about outside the wrestling world. And we gonna get to it, y'all. It's just life, man. Life is just calling us, like, hey.
Life, and then we're on two different parts of Georgia. But I'm working on that for us to find us a neutral location, because if you guys are just now tuning into, or for the first time, if you've been seeing me like put out tweets and new promotion materials like, hey, Hi-Lite Real is joining the table. This is officially the Unleashed table. This is the table of us just doing our own thing, us being unfiltered, uncensored. But hey, if you come out of pocket, whatever the case may be, it is, I can come out of pocket, the guests can come out of pocket. We gonna correct you right here and there. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Let's do it.
That's the point of it. And honestly, I'm working on some things. I'm not gonna divulge on the information just yet, but I'm working on some things to where we can start recording this podcast in person. And it's coming. Like, I'm like, people think I'm just slacking. I'm like, nah, I'm working on some things, and we're closer than you think. So let's just say we getting out there. We about to do our things. But yo, man,
let's go.
What else been going on with you, brother? Like, what else been going on?
Quite a few things, like yourself, man. Working on some ventures and projects, man. Shout out to the wrestling community, man, in general, because yes, there is a future album project in the works. We're gonna keep that wraps in terms of who we gonna feature on this thing, but we got some stuff going on, like Sabat, that's always still up and running. We do have a collab, actually, me and Gresh, going into the weekend, since this is a busy week for us, the World of WrestleMania weekend, which we'll get into later. But we got some stuff with that, and of course, man, just bringing y'all music, and really working on some side business ventures that I can't put too much detail on just yet for y'all, but believe you me. Also, just being an ambassador for OTS in general, man. OTS is always out here grinding, much like Gresh, making moves happen. So, hey, we out here in the field, man, just running and grinding, making things happen. And y'all just stay tuned, man. Y'all stay tuned. We got a lot coming in handy. All right.
Yes, sir. And I always tell, hey, man, like for on some real stuff, man. OTS, bro. I always hit up Derek. I make sure I'm like, I get it. I believe in getting this man in flowers. Not even just on social media, but in general. I'm like, bro, you doing your thing. Like, because I've seen this man literally lose his mind over content that is not really like, he will lose his mind on not doing a lot of stuff. So I tell a lot of people, check out OTS. OTS on the sideline, guys. Check them out, because they are out here killing the game, like they're making media coverage fun, and they're bringing the integrity when it comes to media coverage, whether it's sports, movies, TV shows, podcasts, and whatever it is. Check them out. Like, this ain't no plug. This ain't no advertisement where he's asking me to plug his stuff. This is a genuine friend that's seen this man literally go from behind the camera to just saying, you know what, screw that. I need to build on my vision, my mission. And like I don't recommend people on my often, because it's very hard to impress me per se. I'm not saying I'm somebody to impress, but it's hard to impress me when it comes to like your integrity in the media business. But OTS on the sideline, guys, bro, that guy that's led by Derek is you can get the Gresh approval on that. That's why whenever if you're subscribed to me on YouTube, which is Gresh Digital Media or just simply Gresh, I have a channels tab and I make sure I put everybody that's Gresh approved, whether they're doing the WWE 2K community or just media in general. I'm like, check them out. Please check them out because I tell Derek all the time, like, bro, their coverage, you guys' coverage when it comes to like football, basketball, whatever, it gets me interested in those sports. And it's and hopefully when the XFL comes back, you'll see me talking about that as well. So it's like stuff like that I can see you guys covering. And it's like I always hit them up like, bro, if you need some help with something, just let me know. Because if you don't, just let me, like, even if you need me to work on a thumbnail, I like thumbnails are the biggest headache because you got to think about the algorithm and the SEO and all that stuff. But it's like, bro, I always tell my bro, just hit my line. Just hit my line. But yo, on some real stuff, OTS on the sideline, guys, is something you guys need to check out on some real ish.
Check it out, man. We try to cover all forms of media as much as possible. Working on the gaming, we're trying to get the gaming up and running. It's taking a little minute. So if you're a gamer out there and you're looking to start a show, hey, come holler at us, man. We're looking to get that underway, get people live on the Twitch. Also, to my ladies out there, if you're listening, watching, hey, because I know we got the lady listeners out there too. If you know your sports, you know your gaming, whatever, film and TV, come holler at us. We're looking for all that, man. So open for young, dedicated, and consistent minds out there, man. We need you. Go through. Let's see what you got. Straight up.
And speaking of ladies who know their sports, shout out Suela the Bandit. I know everybody are probably like,
Suela.
where is she? Where is she? Why isn't she on the show? This woman is booked, bro. This woman is booked like crazy. We're all booked. We're booked like crazy. But seeing as I have more control over my schedule, I decided this week, I said, I'm taking the rest of the week off. I just said I can't do it no more. I'm not finna, because it was not to go into details, but it's like, okay, do I really want to be exhausted when it comes to because I always planned on bringing the podcast back today. So I was like, do I really want to be exhausted? I said, no, I'm just taking the week off. And hey, man, that's the perks of having, like, if you're in this industry, I do not recommend going full time with anyone. Freelancing and part time is the best way to go as far as like if you're in this industry. I'm not talking about people who are trying to make money to live. I'm talking about people who are in the entertainment industry and they just want to just get out there. I'm like, yo, do your thing, expand your don't wear yourself out, don't wear yourself thin, but just do your thing because these big old multi-billion-dollar companies don't care. And that's not a knock on them. That's just saying, hey, take care of yourself. Take care of your peace of mind. Because one thing I don't play about is my peace of mind and my sanity.
Come on, bro. It's everything. Gotta have that first. Gotta have
No. I've seen people who have strokes and literally die in this industry because they dedicate their whole life to it. And I'm like, and not trying to hear nothing from these rich white folks who be like, oh, you need to get up and work, Kim Kardashian. I'm talking about people who like, yo, we out here working, but we not here working ourselves to death. There's a difference. Let's keep it real. But yo, man, you ready to get into some wrestling talk?
Absolutely, man. With this type of week, let's get into it, bro.
Did you watch Raw this week?
Yeah. Once upon a time I used to say unfortunately, but actually Raw has been the better end of the two as of late. They've been kind of stepping it up a little bit. So, it's not too bad watching Raw. It has its moments still where you're like, ugh, still so long. But it's getting better.
Did you see Reggie propose to Dana Brooke?
Yes. I saw a black man proposing to the white woman. The woman who, by the way, is already married in real life, by the way, people. So, like, this don't work well.
How do you feel about that? Like people who knows that, because it's not like these wrestlers are out here living the character. Like, soon as they clock out, you already know that life. Like, I would feel kind of weird like if they out of nowhere put Sasha Banks in a love angle, or who else is married? Naomi. Like,
Yeah.
it'll feel weird because it's like we know their personal life as far as what they tell us. And I'm not saying we stalking these folks. I'm talking about like if you follow them on social media, IG, Twitter, whatever, you know for sure, or YouTube whenever they're featured. Well, up, down, down. Shout out Xavier Woods and company. But if you follow them, you know that hey, Sasha's married, Mercedes is married, Trinity is married, Dana or her real name is Ashley is married. So it's like, how do you feel about these type of angles? Do you think women's wrestling or women in general have evolved past love angles? Because apparently Akira Tozawa is getting engaged to Tamina now.
yeah. I'm like, okay, all right, well, sure. It's cool on a comedy basis in this case. You can't take it too seriously since they're kind of doing a comedy angle with it in a way.
That's how I view wrestling in general now. I'm not taking it too serious because I'm not about to be out here on this podcast with gray hair and losing my voice over scripted violence. Like
exactly. I mean, if you take it back to like the Triple H Stephanie angle, you know, like how that was, you know, angled, but then it turned into a real life thing. You know, things were different from then to now. So like with today, like you said, I mean, realistic married couples are like in feuds and angles with each other. You know, like how they did the Seth and Becky thing, even though it was cringe, it was like, okay, they're really together, so we get it. You know, heck, Matt and Lita from their times, and even the stuff with Edge, all that was like realistic angles. So like you understood that. Now, I don't know. It's weird because now that I think about it, it seems to be Reggie that's involved in these angles. Because with Sasha, as you brought up, remember he had a little crush on Sasha.
He had a little crush on her, and then I'm like, are they finna do a love angle with Sasha when we know she got a whole man?
A whole man, you know what I'm saying?
That does her gear on top of that. So it's like,
you know, it's weird. And see, with Dana, I know they incorporated the Batista thing for a while when they was going at it and flirting in their ways that they was doing. You know, you know, doing it for the clout, if you will. But it's like, I don't know, man. They just doing this stuff where I don't know if they're doing this at Reggie's expense or if they're just doing this to do it. But it's cool for what it is, I guess. If you just want to laugh and be romantic, like ha ha he, you know.
Yeah, I be joking. I be like, stand up, Reggie. Stand up. Not this white woman. Not this white woman. Stand up, goddammit.
Legit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, props to Dana. She looked good and all, but it's just like, again, we know you're married, girl. Like, seriously. Like, come on. Stand up. Like, come on. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself, Reg.
Don't fall for the cheeks or lack thereof. Don't fall for the cheeks.
Setting you up for failure, baby. They're setting you up for failure, Reg. I mean, don't do it.
I mean, my brightest spots for Raw is literally Alpha Academy.
Yes.
Street Profits. Because Chad Gable, shout out Chad Gable, man. That man overcame being called Shorty G to being freaking beast. And he even got me to somewhat like this new version of Otis. I mean, I missed the old Taki, oh yeah, version of Otis, but because it was a nice little comedic type of thing. But it's like like the more I decide to wait instead of just bashing it initially, I'm enjoying this. Like they make it their mission to zoom in on Otis's reactions. Like you remember when they did the whole academic challenge where Chad Gable was like, "Oh my Otis can outspell you," and he looked like what?
It's off. Yeah, they're money, bro. I'm not gonna lie, they really are money right now. It's funny really because them and RK Bro are like really the two hottest tag teams, if you will, honestly, right now. Like I see they're even trying to add Edge to the Street Profits and make them like almost heel, like, you know.
If they go heel, bro. I mean, when I first was introduced to the Street Profits, they kind of gave me heelish vibes. But then they introduced them as baby faces.
Yeah.
So I was like, if they go full heel, but not really change the gimmick, but more so make them or rely more on the vignettes. Because I remember looking back at their NXT vignettes, where they was just like they was vibing in I guess you could say their their lounge or whatever. They were just chilling on the sofas and just talking crap about everybody that they was facing.
Yeah.
I'm like, if they
Yeah.
lean more into that if they go heel, and
Mhm.
if they want to at some point add Bianca Belair as a heel EST.
They could do that. They could.
Hey,
You could
man.
easily go for a double turn if you wanted that Mania with Bianca and Becky if you want. I wouldn't
Make
be
her
mad at it.
like it all depends on like if they want to lean, if the crowd decides to boo Bianca, because I'm guessing people are over her babyface run. I'm not people. I love Bianca.
Mhm.
I love me some Bianca. I love me some
Likewise.
Street Profits. So it's
Yeah.
like I'm not over their run. Bianca deserves to come back. The come up is for that 26-second BS at
Mhm.
SummerSlam. So
Agreed.
I'm like, if the crowd decides to boo her, they can do a double flip
Mhm.
and have her be arrogant in
Yeah.
the way that she was in NXT. I don't mind her coming out and say, whoever insert such and such, I'm gonna whoop that ass. Kind of like how she did when she was
Yeah.
inserting herself in the Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley stuff in 2020.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at it either, brother. Honestly, change is different. You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen heel Bianca since the NXT days. You know,
and
and
the whole gimmick to me with her being braggadocious is always a heel.
yeah,
That's just me, because when you're humble, you don't bring up accolades. You just keep the ball rolling.
I agree with that because it's like her and Sasha both are perfect examples of that. Like both of their gimmicks are really meant to be heel. Like they're not really meant to be babyface. You know what I'm saying? Like the boss and the EST. Like
Now,
that's heel.
if they want to put them together,
Ooh, that's money, bro.
that's money.
That's money. That's
Oh,
money.
that's money. Trying to
That's
tell you.
money. That's hey, real talk. I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? You can make a nice little stable or something around that if you want it. I don't know. There's a lot of things you can do with it. Be creative with it. You know what I'm saying?
Did you catch Roman's promo on Raw?
I did. It's funny because it's amazing how opposite Brock's and Roman's promos were. Like Brock, his promo was more like, oh, that was hilarious. Like Pete the shot at Stone Cold. Oh yeah, he's a Hellraiser. He never kicked my ass.
He never kicked my ass though.
I was like, oh, Brock, for real? So we're just gonna ignore that Stone Cold Stunner he gave you in WrestleMania 20 though. But okay, all right. You know, like, I mean,
according to Brock, it's not canon. It has never been canon. He has never been his ass has never been kicked by Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
I think we're all trying to forget WrestleMania 20, to be honest with you.
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, I see that. I'm with it, you know, but I mean, it was amazing how opposite they went because it's like Brock wanted to go the comedic route, you know, meanwhile, Roman just went straight up like, nah, you came from my blood. And he took it back.
I like the fact that they tapped into WrestleMania 34 as much as the main event sucked. Like, let's just be real, it sucked because I always said Roman Reigns was always miscast. His wrestler Roman Reigns, no problem with it. I have no problem with it. It's always the character that has my problem because for those who know me, I'm a character person. I'm not really a spot person. So like, if I do just say screw it and decide to train and as a wrestler and be the prodigy, I'm going to literally be a heel.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because I am not going to be. If you try to get me to be up here to be do a tope, you can miss me with that. I'm not tope. You could tope your ass on up out of here. No.
Yeah, seriously, bro. Like,
but it's like with Roman, I like the little details in his promos. Like he was like, WrestleMania 34, you drew my blood. You and the fact that I've never beaten you at WrestleMania has pissed me off. And I'm like, as soon as he said that, I'm like, here we go. That's all you need. That is all you need. And that's all when the story calls for it, is like, it's the subtleness. If it pisses you off, you say it. I don't need you to be out here smiling because I'm gonna get to Bianca and Becky in a second. Well, on the opposite of what they did with that, like, but the way it's like it pisses me off that you beat me. You beat me every time we went to WrestleMania. You beat me at 31, even though he technically didn't beat him at 31. He
Right.
beat him at 34.
Mhm.
And I believe he was like, that's the only place I've not beaten you is WrestleMania. And
True.
and he's like, he's obsessed with it. So I like the story that they're telling. Is like, is Brock, it leads you to that question. Is Brock taking Roman lightly? Like, is he not taking him serious because he's goofing around, he's joking? Is he not taking this man as serious as he should be? You have those questions. And I like that. I like that story that they're telling with this promo and the whole the swag that this man has, bro.
Yeah.
When he makes the entrance now, like he is not. It's like he's legitimately like, yo, I'm great. He's kind of showing remnants of Rock 99, bro. I'm just saying the way he just walks out there. The way he just walks out there.
Yeah.
And the way this man is just smelling like he just going crazy.
Hey, subtle hints, man. Subtle hints. I don't know now.
I don't know.
Speaking of planting seeds.
If he wins and I hear if you I'm probably gonna lose it. I'm just saying.
Hey, I'm looking forward to it personally. I mean, dog, like they have to keep this momentum going. You would think. I mean, honestly, I would love to see it continue. Because if he does beat Brock, and then dare I say Rock enters the fray, Rock's gonna want to put him over, and then that's gonna put him on like double God mode.
Bro,
then you're gonna find out like, okay, who's the guy to like dethrone Roman?
And that's where WWE doesn't need to drop the ball. It's like, bro, this dude needs to be built up like to legitimately be unstoppable, and whoever you feel like needs to rub. Hell, it could be Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker, Austin Theory, if you want it to be anybody. Like you got some young pieces, some young guns that's showing some nice promise where you can say, okay, that's the person we get a rub to. Solo Sequoia, if you want to, even though he's part of the family. You know what I mean? Look at that. Look at the swag. Look at the you know what I'm saying?
The whole presentation, dude.
Look at that. Hey,
he is smart with it.
You can't ask for more than that. Like storytelling at its finest.
See, little, like I understand Roman has his haters because people just want to hate Roman. It's like, bro, I appreciate the fact that they took this risk and gave up on him being this cookie cutter next John Cena and literally turned this man heel, because it's like, dog, this is what I wanted the entire time. I wanted to love this man, but I also wanted to hate him at the same time.
Yes.
He was always miscast.
Yeah.
That was my only problem with Roman Reigns. I didn't hate Roman for his matches. It was like, bro, I don't want him to be the underdog. He's too big to be the underdog.
Yeah, this is facts. You knew the moment he came up in there from the Shield, like, oh snap, this dude's something serious. Like, come on. He's not built to be that underdog kind of person.
And I'm pretty sure you saw his documentary on WWE Evil. I don't know if you saw it yet.
Yeah.
But he basically, the Usos was basically like, who's this cookie cutter? This dude is a dick.
You can believe it too. You know you can believe that. You can believe that. Right?
The funny thing is, fun fact, my uncle used to always compare me to Roman Reigns because before I had the locks, I had long slick hair. So when Roman was there, he's like, you look like Roman Reigns, and I never saw it, but then when I saw the mannerisms, and I'm like, damn, yeah, I'm a dick.
Oh shoot, Jay!
Like, I'm a dick in real life, so it's like outside of like, you can tell, like when me and you be vibing, you can pick up on the mannerisms. Like, bro, you kind of an asshole.
But he a cool one. That's what they
cool
understand. Like, he a cool one. It's different levels to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got your straight up a-holes. You got your cool a-holes, your laid back a-holes, your party a-holes. They everywhere. They come up many. You know what I mean? Yeah,
so it's like, bro, let's be real. And when I brought it up, I'm like, so you think you just saying because I'm an asshole? He's like, yeah, you kind of are. I'm like, thank you, Uncle. Thank you.
I'll take the compliment.
So if you hear someone compare, I used to always, because whenever someone compared me to something, I'd be thinking looks, but then when I actually pay attention, I'm like, oh, so you just saying I'm an asshole? Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you, Uncle.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank
But to switch it to what not to do is
Mhm.
Bianca Belair skipping to the ring. That was my problem. That was my only problem. It's like this woman tried to come for your throat. Literally, she literally shattered your neck, and you out here. I'm like, come on, why are you skipping?
Yeah.
Why are you skipping? I get it's your gimmick, but it's like this
Yeah,
woman this
it's
literally tried to break your neck. You should be coming
yeah.
out here playing up to it. Like, I know I shouldn't be here, but you didn't kill me. Like, the one thing I
Something.
appreciate about the Sasha Banks versus Bailey storyline, Sasha came out with a neck brace.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she played up the gimmick. And then when she cut the promo, she took off the promo. I mean, took off the gimmick with the neck brace, and then she did her thing. And
Good thing.
she sold it. So that's my only problem. I'm like,
Now,
it's
I
the
will
little
say,
thing. It's the little things that annoys me.
in defense, let's when you compare the two though, it's a little unfair slightly because of the fact that, especially since you brought up the evil, we saw Sasha's evil, and we saw her story of literally watching and taking notes. Like, she's a true student of the game. So like, story and little things like that she did for her feud with Bailey is just taking examples from watching people like Eddie Guerrero do it, or watching people, you know what I'm saying, that she grew up watching do those things that we nitpick and miss from those times. So in Bianca's case, when you're learning this as you go, and she's still very young into like those little small nick details, like, you know, she'll learn that at some point real sooner than later.
Oh yeah. That's not a
And
knock at her, like,
for
going out.
sure,
That was just a small little. I'm like,
a
come on.
small thing. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
She almost broke your neck legitimately. So, not legitimately. Like if you're looking in canon, you're like, she almost broke your neck by wrapping the chair around your neck. So
Low
I
key,
wouldn't come out 2 weeks later like skipping. I'm like, yo, I'm finna sell this like death. I'm about to come out with a neck brace, and then I'm about to sell the hell out of this. But then they flipped it, and now the gimmick is Bianca cut Becky's hair. And now she look like that orange haired singer Haley.
Yeah, whole new gimmick, huh? Whole new look.
Big time Bex. Big time Bex. I mean,
oh boy. Hey.
I mean, if you're a fan of Big Time Bex or this version of Becky, kudos to you. I'm not one of them.
I feel you. It don't do it for me either, man. Heck, my girl's
Promo
freaking
work, she's solid. I enjoy her promo. She has this new nuance that you don't really see.
Yeah.
From the women. So I appreciate her storytelling from the mic perspective, but the character itself, I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, you know, it's funny if you rank the four horsemen. I don't know why I was stumbling that one day, but if you rank them in terms of like their mic skills, you know, low key,
Becky, Sasha, Bailey, Charlotte.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I might have put. It's almost crazy because Bailey.
Well, scratch that. Man. Let me go into details.
Bailey was, yeah,
let me go into details. Heel Bailey, heel Bailey, Charlotte. But if it was still babyface Bailey, Bailey would be at the bottom.
Oh yeah. Babyface Bailey definitely was at the bottom. But like when she got that heel work, and we're gonna see that even more when she gets back. When she returns, I think it's gonna elevate. Yeah, I think it's gonna elevate even more than it did before because the momentum she rode up into that injury. Oh man!
And to be honest with you, if she comes back, and we saw how Bianca was standing tall, so you already know the whole trope of wrestling, like whoever stands tall is basically losing the pay-per-view. If they decide to let Bianca lose, I would not mind Bailey coming back and continuing that I Quit match.
I wouldn't be mad at it either. I would not be mad at it.
Because let Bailey and then the thing is though, I don't need them to touch it. I don't need them to touch I don't need the corporate version of WWE to touch it. I need them to let Bailey, Pam, I need to let her hang with Bianca and be like, hey, this is a story we're going to tell.
Yeah.
And this is what we're going to go. Give her notes. Give her, because we know, you know how you said Sasha's a student of the game. Bailey is a student of the game as well.
Indeed.
So it's like, let her go crazy with this. If they want, like, if they like, that's that, and even if Bianca wins, Bayley was never drafted. If they want to be legitimate about the draft, she's a free agent technically.
She's a free agent.
She can come to Raw and be her first challenger. After, unless if they decide to want to run Becky versus Bianca back for like the rematch and all that jazz, okay. But I need that Bayley and Bianca story to finish.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Part of me is saying if Bianca wins at Mania, go ahead and continue where you left off with that Bayley feud. It would be perfect. I mean, it's like a perfect storm full circle. Like, you kind of needed Becky to be back and do shit. Because think about it, at the time when Bianca was champ, like, she was running out of challengers anyway. And it was kind of like there was no one left. So, of course, it takes a Becky to come in, even though we didn't like the fashion that happened, for her to be on this chase for that title back for so long. This is the moment you finally get that get back we've been waiting for. You would think, like, again, just realistically here, subject to change, but it's like, realistically, this would be the moment to go ahead and let Bianca win that title now. And now Babyface has it, and now look who's coming from the shadows. The person you all thought you forgot about. No. Bang. This ain't over. You know what I'm saying? You thought this was over. No. And it just, and I think, honestly, Bianca seems to mesh better with Bayley anyway. Like, I don't like the way she's messing with, with Becky. I think right now, like, she's shown out of all the 4 horsewomen, the 2 she works the best with, Sasha and Bayley. Seriously.
Well, no, I can give Charlotte credit where she can do. When they had that match on Raw before Saudi Arabia, I believe it was Crown Jewel. That was actually a banger. I didn't like that the way that it ended, because I think it was a DQ finish, but that was low key a banger. That was a little like, trust me, I'm one of the people who don't like this character that Charlotte Flair is. Whatever their obsession with racking numbers, but when you have my attention, I will give credit where it's due. Charlotte, she's a sleeper. Like, when she's motivated, she can go.
That's true.
So I will say the 2 people that she works best with, if you had to rank it, like we're doing a ranking system, if you had to rank it, the 2 people she works best with is Sasha Bayley, Charlotte, and Becky's at the bottom. Because I am not vibing with Becky and Bianca at all. It's like,
not at all.
I'm just ready for it to be over. Like, if Bianca wins, cool. I appreciate it. She bounced back. She's my girl. But if she loses, it's like, what's left for Becky? Like, she hasn't been pinned for a title in 3 years. If you want to take, like, she hasn't been pinned for a title in 3 years.
And you didn't give her Ronda, so what is left?
And that was another thing that was like, what?
So I don't get it. Like, that was the story you were supposed to keep telling, but somehow
they want to wait until Hollywood. I'm like, I won't give a shit about that. You got to understand, so many stories that will probably happen between now and then is probably going to be way better than that. Then it's going to be like, yo, too little, too late.
Come on, man. Seriously. Well, that's that.
Other than that, Raw was Raw. And for people who are probably tuning into Raw for Cody Rhodes, good luck with that.
Hey, I did enjoy the little Seth segment. I enjoy the storytelling that's going on with Seth and Kevin Owens. It's keeping me very intrigued into the surprise of Seth, to see, will it be who we think it is, or will it be somebody that's going to go completely opposite and cause the fans to riot? Either way, you're excited because, who could it be? You know what I'm saying? Because if I hear, here comes the money, I'll be like, gotcha. I don't know.
Gotcha, bitch.
I don't know what to expect, but I'm so excited just to be like, who is this mystery person?
This will probably be my reaction to it, like, for a split moment.
Nigga!
That would be my reaction. I'm like, what? Hey, I'm not even mad at that, fam. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That right there, yeah, that would be crazy. Because, like, I don't know, man. I'm excited to see that. And then Kevin Owens, man, just shout out to him for pulling a Bray Wyatt back from WrestleMania 32, carrying the No,
pay-per-view build.
it takes a special type of wrestler and talent to be able to do that. Everybody can't do that. So Kev Owens just literally like put himself back up at that level to remind people, hey, I know I done had some moments of being like mid-tier or bottom level right now, but when I got that moment, I can be that guy. Yeah, and hey, regardless of the outcome.
Because he was a prime. He literally reminded people who he was during his feud with Roman Reigns. Like, it was, even though he lost literally every match, but it was still like, yo, this man is legit. I appreciate this man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I only wonder what comes after this. Like, will he still do the stunner after this match? You know, whatever it is laid out.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they pretty much turned the pop-up powerbomb into a transition move, so it's not really protected like the stunner. Yeah, unless he brings back the package power driver, but you know they might about to do that in WWE. Ain't no power drivers going to be up. Like, true that. They'll probably tease it and then switch into the package power bomb, but it won't be no package power drivers. So, see, even though I prefer characters over matches, I know my wrestlers. I know my wrestling. Mm-hmm. I know all the moves. Like, come on now, I'm a student of the game. I'm a student of the game. Saying. So, come on now. But did you catch? I know you didn't. You say you weren't able to catch NXT 2.0 this week.
Oh, I did. I caught some of the clips, so I'm actually familiar with what went on. All
right, so we're gonna transition into NXT takeover NXT Stand and Deliver preview and predictions, because it pretty much goes hand in hand on everything that goes down this Saturday at 1 p.m. Hey guys, I might be late to the party on that one, or I might not watch it at all. Wow. It's at 12 p.m., 1 p.m. It's kind of late. It's kind of early. And it's too much wrestling.
That's a lot of wrestling, because you asking us to watch NXT, then go straight into WrestleMania. Like, you got a gap.
It's a gap, because I'm pretty sure it starts at 1. It probably won't be like a 2.5 hour show.
Oh, well, yeah, true.
So that probably, if it's at 1, they're probably in 1, 2. They're probably in like 2:30, 2:45. Then that gives you until 6, 7 to, because I already know I'm probably not gonna watch the WrestleMania kickoff, because I'm not really a fan of their panels. Yeah, because their panels are pointless to me. But other than that, it's pretty much, it's pretty much the main show for me. That's the only thing.
It's in the air, man. It's like you said, it's the main show. We'll see how that plays out. But I mean, still, even then, that's just such a few hour gap. Like, yeah, you know, so you gotta do, go grab some food. You know, go on a date or something, come back and be like, oh yeah, it's Mania time.
Hey, babe, let's go watch wrestling. Let's go watch wrestling. And she can be like, you don't want these cheeks? You know what? WrestleMania can wait. I want these cheeks.
Oh boy, I love it.
Like, come on now. Like, bro, for real. But if a girl tells you, hey, I want to, you got to choose between watching WrestleMania and watching and getting this work, who would you choose?
Come on
now. Come on, the Bloodline is asking.
Look at, they want to know who you choose. They
want to know, who would you choose?
Survey.
I'm choosing the cheeks. Sorry, wrestling.
I gotta question your motives, my brother. If you're choosing wrestling over the other option, I'm just saying.
Come on now.
I'm just saying. You know.
Come on,
when duty calls.
When the booty calls, you answer.
Straight up, dog. Straight up. Nothing left. Oh my gosh. I love this. I
told you so. I was gonna go off the cuff. It happens. But NXT Stand and Deliver. Let's pull up the match card. You got the first match. You got LA Knight versus Gunther or Gunner or Walter.
This name, I tell you, should be a banger on the low key. Gonna have to go with Gunther on this one for sure. Even though LA is pretty over. LA is pretty over, but you know, when's the last time Gunther's really lost a match to someone, like legitimately?
When he lost the NXT UK title.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. That's how protected this guy really has been over the years. Like,
see, people been losing their mind over him, his name changed, but it's like it's still the same mofo I wouldn't want to get chopped from.
Yeah. And I mean, think about it. This man even gave Solo Sikoa his first loss. Like, dog, like, they protecting this dude heavy there. So I mean, if LA Knight pulls this off, I'd be kind of shocked. I mean, he's over with the fans.
He's over with the fans, but he's been losing like crazy.
That's my concern too, because I'm like, how confident are they in my guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got the mic skills, the charisma, and he's over with the fans, but they don't seem to see something yet. I don't know. It's weird.
It is weird, and it's like with me, I'm like, I've been seeing social media. That's why I don't really pay attention to social media, because it's like that's like 0.5% of the population that watches wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like when I pay attention to him, and I'm like, okay, LA Knight is good, but he is one hell of a popular loser.
Yeah, tell me about it. Like, what the heck, dude? What can you do? Like, is he just there to put people over at this point? I don't know. It's like almost using them for veteran status.
I don't, and it's like, in my opinion, I think LA Knight needs to go to the main roster after this.
He definitely does. He's destined for it so hard.
Which brand you think he should go to? Raw, SmackDown?
Honestly, I think SmackDown. Raw's getting pretty well on its own. Okay. I think SmackDown needs a little extra help right now. Like,
yeah, they kind of do. Yeah, they kind of do. When Cesaro walked out, when all these people walk like they releasing these people, it's like the mid card for SmackDown is thin. You got a tag team facing Ricochet for the title.
Yeah. Like, you need a mid card pitcher in there heavy. Like, LA Knight is perfect for that mid card role right now. Maybe even at some point, eventually down the line, main event status, depending on where you look at.
Do you think they need to break up Sheamus, Ridge Holland, and Butch to form that mid card with that mid card, or do you think the tag team division needs more people? Because it's honestly, like they're at this point where it's like they need tag teams and a mid card, because if they break up that trio, then that leaves the New Day having to fight against the Usos again.
Yeah, I kind of like Sheamus is a little stable. I mean,
or do you think at least one of them needs to be focused on the type? Like, if they want to keep Sheamus and Ridge a tag team, so Ridge can learn how not to break some people's necks, I wouldn't mind Butch, Pete Dunne being in the singles, like the singles part of that trio.
True, I wouldn't mind it either. It almost seems like they're probably putting him in the tag team route, the way they're treating him like a little mini pit bull kind of dude that's just always like hot-headed, and they got to hold him back like a little child. So, I mean, honestly, it's probably just because it's Sheamus. They're going to have Sheamus be in that mid-card role for a while.
I mean, I wouldn't mind, because I don't think Sheamus won the IC title yet.
No, he hasn't, actually. So,
but all in all, I would that LA Knight needs to go to SmackDown.
No, yeah. At the end of the day, he needs that. Yeah, like, there's a lot of people, like I said, even with Solo, he's destined for a main event or main roster type spot at some point.
Do you think they will acknowledge him? Do you think they will acknowledge him as the cousin of the bloodline, or / brother of the bloodline, or you think they'll completely ignore his?
Well, you can't ignore it, because the man looks too much like Jimmy and Jay. So you already know he's related directly. Like, you see this man, you hear the crowd even chant, "Uso, Uso." Like, they know this man's related, so you can't ignore it.
And he throws up the one every time he wins. So
it's inevitable. He's gonna get that red carpet treatment, I'm pretty sure. Like,
if anything, if they want the bloodline to completely take over, he should be in the mid card.
I agree. He would be the mid card person. He could be the IC champ. You have them as, oh boy, good luck trying to take them titles. That's the case. Jesus. It's like you bring him to that and you make him IC champ. You got the whole bloodline. Dare I say, take Naomi and put her. Oh my goodness! At that point, y'all ain't nobody getting them titles back. Keep them in the bloodline for a nice little minute. Oh man! But the promos would be so amazing. Just seeing them like everybody thought Evolution. Yeah,
he could cut one hell of a promo, and I'm like, bro, he got it. Like, it's so many people down there that be like, bro, they don't need to be in NXT that long.
Yeah, no, I agree. Because even with Nikita Lyons, you can make a case, man. That girl is low key ready already. Like, ain't much to her. And
no comment on that. You're not about to get me on probation on Black Twitter. You are not about to get me put on probation. I am not going to comment on anything Nikita Lyons related.
Listen. I got you, bro. I got you. I'm just here to say, we know you got the look for show, right? The in-ring skills is crazy because she's obviously trained in mixed martial arts. So a woman knows how to throw a kick, a punch, all that. And I mean, it's just she's trending everywhere she goes. And she's getting a chance. She's over. Hey, you put her in an angle with Charlotte, darn near, that's money already. That's what I see. Or anybody for that matter. I don't know. Whoever you put her in a ring with it.
Her finish is a split.
Hey, so was Melina's entrance, and you never see anybody complain about that. So.
It's an entrance.
No, Melina had a split finisher too, though. She did.
She did.
Yeah. See. Yeah.
But then when they went PG, she had the sunset flip as the finish. So they was trying to lean away from the whole cheeks. But now on NXT 2.0, they're embracing the cheeks. So.
Hey man. But you're right. There are a lot of people on NXT 2.0 seem to be main roster ready already.
And speaking of main roster ready for NXT 2.0, the next person we're going to talk about is this one.
Who we got?
Tommaso Ciampa versus Tony D'Angelo. The stereotype gimmick, but it works.
The GOAT, according to everybody in Wrestling Inc.'s case. So,
who's the GOAT?
Mr. D'Angelo, man. He's the greatest thing walking on NXT television, man. It's a come on, you get your cousin and you just, he's the greatest thing on television, Part of the FBI. You bring the FBI back,
What?
Go get Nunzio. Go get Johnny the Bull Stamboni, There you go. Tony D'Angelo.
Man, if y'all don't.
Shut your
Man.
Look.
Bro. The GOAT?
According to Wrestling Inc., everybody's on the Tony D'Angelo train, it looks like.
Good thing I don't follow Wrestling Inc. What the?
Hey, man. Hey.
I'm not bashing this man. I mean, his potential, the gimmick is stereotype, but the GOAT, that's a stretch.
You like who you like. I do like Tony D'Angelo. I'm not going to call him the GOAT, but I do like the guy. He's cool. It's cool. Why not? But as far as the turnout of this one, I'm honestly going to give this one actually to Tony D'Angelo because of the fact that it looks like he's getting that rub. And Tommaso has been teasing this swan song thing. And as we know, whenever it's a swan song, usually 9 times out of 10, you don't go over. So part of me says this is going to be a classic, borderline, maybe even a show stealer. And Tommaso's going to give it his all, but in the end, he's going to fall short to Tony D'Angelo before finally being permanently on the main roster.
You think he's going to Raw?
That,
or are they going to put him on SmackDown so they can flush out that mid card?
He should be. Honestly, I would put him on SmackDown too. With the LA Knight.
Let's be real. Until Roman loses that title, ain't nobody going close to that Universal title. Unless they want to get smashed and pinned.
Yeah, agreed. And honestly, I would put Tommaso in that mid card range. based off how they look at him. Doubt he ends up in the main event. You never know, maybe, but he'll probably be like the Finn Balor of SmackDown, while Finn Balor is the Finn Balor of Raw.
And Finn Balor's the United States champion, apparently.
Well, this is true. I forgot about that. He is. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I forgot all about that. Sheesh.
So you see Antonio D'Angelo.
Yeah.
Tony D'Angelo picking up the win. I see it as well because it's like Ciampa. He should have been out of there. To be honest with you.
Oh yeah, man. What I say, he should have been out of there. Remember that time when NXT accidentally invaded SmackDown? From the whole stuck in Saudi Arabia thing.
Oh yeah,
it showed right then and there. Like he should have been called up like way back then. But
Vince is Vince. But Vince is Vince because Vince is Vince. The next match is the Fatal 4-Way for the NXT Women's Championship. Mandy Rose defending against AJ Lee's daughter, Cora Jade, Io Shirai, and Kaylee Ray.
Not that you said AJ Lee's daughter, though. Wow.
Well, she calls her mom on social media, so that's why I'm like,
I guess I can see that, even though y'all are roughly probably around the same age, because I know she ain't old enough to be your mom in real life. But
well, they're not the same age. I'm pretty sure AJ's in her 30s and Cora just became 21.
Even then, though, that's still big sis. You know what I mean?
That's big. I don't know why she called her. I guess she called her the wrestling mom because she inspired her to be a wrestler. So
okay.
I can
think that. Yeah,
I can respect that. So that's why I'm like, oh, okay.
But
do you think that they're using this to stack the deck against Cora Jade, or do you think they were just terrified that the match was going to suck?
I think they're using it to stack the decks against Mandy, of course, because she's willing to take on all. Yeah, to take all comers, as you mentioned. Yeah, it's definitely to stack the deck against her for real. And
but if you look at it, you know that the only reason that they got this is because they won the tag team tournament, right?
Well, yeah, I did see, and the thing about it that got me was, I'm like, okay, so they defeated the purpose of that to get into this, but you just saw Dakota Kai and Gonzalez basically reunite.
Oh my god! So, my god, that was ass, bro.
He said, "I don't even." We gonna get to that one, brother.
Oh, okay, we'll get to it, but
as far as this one,
that was confusing. That was confusing. Yeah,
it was, because it was like, wait, weren't her and Cora just forming a tag? You did all that for this, but okay. But given this, I'm not gonna lie. There's a part of me that has a feeling that Cora Jade may possibly take this title from Mandy without Mandy actually getting pinned.
I wouldn't be surprised if they actually pin her.
Yeah, there's that. Some part of me feels like they're gonna try to protect her though, because like Toxic Attraction's been over, and I could see like a Io Shirai or somebody getting the pin per se, just to kind of like, because Io Shirai doesn't really need to win or anything. You know what I'm saying? She's proven everything in NXT already.
Another call up. I'm like, what y'all waiting on?
Yeah, I know. I'm waiting on that too. I'm like, where's Asuka and why is Io not up there? I don't know. But okay. You know what I mean? I don't get it.
I don't get it. But
I don't get it.
I see Cora Jade as well. Like, like I said, they're in a way they're trying to protect Mandy, but in my opinion, if they want to, they can send Toxic Attraction to the main roster too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because honestly,
they don't need to, because NXT needs more people.
I can agree with that.
Because if they take out Toxic Attraction, Braun Breaker, and LA Knight and Ciampa, all you have left is Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. They can't carry the whole show themselves.
Nah, yeah, that's totally agreeable, bro. I don't even disagree on that because you gotta think about the prime NXT we remember. It was the same case. Everybody didn't get caught up at once like that. You had to do it kind of slowly to let the ones that's still training get their feet wet to develop into their characters and get better. So I get that. If anything, somebody's definitely getting that call up. I could see, based on this graphic, I could see EO get the call up before a Toxic Attraction, maybe like after Raw, and possibly, like you said, maybe a LA Knight and a Ciampa.
Well, the beauty behind EO getting the call up, we don't have to worry about her theme getting changed because Def Rebel actually created it. That's not a CFO song, so we ain't gotta worry about her coming out to no generic Japanese song unless they want to be racist again. But other than that,
so we can tally that up as a win for Def Rebel because they do have a few that it's like, oh yeah, y'all did good on that one.
yeah, it's a few. It's a few. It's a lot of shit, but it's quite a few treasure.
They did Romans, right?
Yeah, they did Romans, and
Okay.
I hated it at first, but then when I more so got listened to it, and then of course when you did your freestyle over it, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I can take it. I can take it.
Okay. I'm not mad.
And the way that he basically embraced his entrance to sync up with the song, it grew even more. So I'm like, okay, this is a god level theme song. So other than that, we both picked Core J to take the dub on this one. Next up, speaking of solo, you got the ladder match.
Jesus.
Carmelo Hayes defending the NXT North American Championship, or the A Championship, as he would like to call it, again in a ladder match. Shouts out Shawn Michaels, and against Solo Sikoa, Cameron Grimes, to the moon. Who's this? Grayson Waller and Santos Escobar. And I said, shout out to Shawn Michaels, shout out to Scott Hall as well, because you can never forget WrestleMania 10. But who do you think? Do you think Carmelo retains, or do you think they put the dub on somebody else? That way Carmelo can move up to like because I think he's ready for the NXT Championship.
Bro, I'm not even lying to you because I am torn in this match because there's a lot of all of these men. This is gonna be my banger. Like this is gonna be my match of that whole card because I feel like all 5 of these guys are. Not only are they kind of primed, ready for like main roster status, but like there's something about each and every last one of them where you're like, okay, this fits a lot. Part of me is torn on the outcome, but I do agree with you about Carmelo Hayes. I think he loses this because it's a good way to protect him where he doesn't get pinned.
Right.
And like you said, he can go in that main title picture. So I'm actually going to give this one to Cameron Grimes because of the fact that they've been really building him up in a way to say, like, I've never won a championship yet, X, Y, Z. And I just feel like this is him to have that moment to be like, yeah, we went to the moon. So.
So they're not counting the $1 million championship. Is what you're saying.
Apparently not, because I guess that's just kind of like that. The $1 million championship is WWE's FTW championship. Let's just put it that way. Oh. It's a title that's there, but you don't really acknowledge it. It's there.
Okay, because I was like, wait a minute, did he? Well, yeah. Then I'm like, then he disappeared. Then Ted DiBiase left, and he left him with a replica title. So I was like, so
pretty
okay,
much.
That was basically a filler feud.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I got to. I can see Santos going to the main roster after NXT Stand and Deliver because he has everything that Andrade wasn't in WWE. He could speak fluid English. He can speak Spanish, and he has he has a presence about him that I can see if they play their cards right. He could be. I hate that this is a comparison, but he could be their new Eddie Guerrero. If they decide to go to the babyface route, but if he's a heel, he can still be. He can be everything that I wouldn't even say he's everything that that Andrade is. He's everything Alberto Del Rio Is it?
True.
He's not a
Everybody's everything. Even Andrade is everything. He isn't. God dang it. I'm just like,
exactly.
you know what I'm saying? But no, I can see that. Now, let me ask you, do you think the whole faction comes with him, or is it just him?
I think the whole faction should go.
That's
Legado
interesting.
del Fantasma needs, but the caveat will be Elektra Lopez because she's still not there to hang in the ring.
They could probably do like you remember when Enzo and Cass got caught up, but Carmella got left behind, and she kind of had they could probably do something like that if they want. Because I mean,
would you do that?
I would, because Elektra Lopez has an it factor, bro. She's got the look, she's got charisma, she talks trash when she was. She just got to develop a little bit more in ring skills, and keep putting her with the women, and she'll eventually like get better. So like. I would say with Legado del Fantasma, like you do need more tag teams, right? And they're a tag team, so like you could have them insert, maybe put on. It really wouldn't matter, SmackDown or Raw, whichever one you want to put them on. I could see them as a Raw type of faction. Okay. I could kind of see them on the Raw side of things, and then you just set it up where he's United States champion. That would be very ironic, and maybe. The guys get the Raw tag team titles if you want to do that whole thing, man, and just let that roll. So yeah, I can see that.
Because Santos isn't a small guy either. Because I've seen pictures of him, and he's kind of. I'm not saying he's a tall guy, but he's kind of like. Because I know Vince hates small guys, but I'm like he's not. He's not short, if that makes sense.
Right.
So he can hang in there with the big boys. It's like you just got to give him the opportunity to.
I agree. I got hyped when Dominic and Dominic and Ray were there.
That's another thing. I'm like, bro, they better take advantage of that.
Seriously, like that's another reason why I would love for him to go to the main roster, because then you can really like mix that up, man. They could be the first feud you go for. That'll put them over big time. Seriously,
bro. If we get Andrade, I keep saying Andrade. If we get Santos and Rey Mysterio. That like as soon as I saw them interact briefly, I was like, okay, sign me up. They didn't even have to say a word. Soon as I put 2 and 2 together, I'm like, sign me up. Do it. Let's do it. But yo, if I had to pick on who I see winning this, I see them giving Cameron Grimes the rub, but the blind pick I would see is Solo. If they don't want Carmelo to retain, I see those two winning, Solo and Cameron Grimes.
I'm not mad at it, bro. I am not mad at it.
But I could, because it's like, yo, Solo, he's not bad. He's not terrible in the ring, because I've seen his indie matches. I've seen him in Evolve, and I believe the other one was it GCW? I believe he was in GCW at one point.
Yeah.
I think so. I think he was, but I've seen him in those matches, and I'm like, oh, okay. Because I was like outside of Jacob Fatu, I was like, when are they signing Solo? And they got him. So it's like, hey, those are the two that I see, and the two that I don't want to see is this next one.
Wow.
This it's like when I see Raquel and Dakota, I'm like, HBK and Diesel did it better.
Oh man.
What is this, dog?
Well, I'll tell you, if R-Truth and AJ Lee had a baby, it's pretty much Dakota Kai's new gimmick.
See, Dakota Kai, let's be real. Let's get this out the way. Dakota, this is a Dakota Kai Stand podcast. We love and respect Dakota Kai. We want the best, because every time she lose, I get pissed off, because it's like, when are they going to let Dakota win?
Agreed. I highly agree.
She should not be a utility hand. She needs to be champion at least 2 times over.
Yeah, she should have been by now at least 2 or 3 times champion.
Because I will stand on the fact that she should have been the one to defeat Shayna Baszler to win the title. Because they had a minor story right there. Shayna broke Dakota's arm, and it would have been a full Cinderella, full circle type deal if she would have beat Shayna.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, like, but it is what it is. That's just beating a dead horse. But it's like this was when they did the reunion. I'm like, really? This was literally what I tweeted.
Oh shoot!
Because that's all I could think. I was like, what?
Why?
Why?
I know, man. It's crazy.
And the fun fact about this picture is my initial thought was this was Roman. And then my second thought was Paul Heyman. Like, okay. Are you serious?
Oh shoot!
But who do you think the champs retain on this one? Because I don't really care. I don't really care about this match. It's Toxic Attraction versus Raquel and Dakota. It's literally a thrown together it feels like a last minute thing. They're like, oh shoot, we need the tag team titles on the line.
I'll be honest when I say
shoot your shot. Shoot your shot. Go for it. Go Unleashed.
I really, really hate to say it this way, but I do think that Raquel and Dakota win this match. I really think they take those titles off, mainly because this would have been and should have been her and Cora Jade, but I think because they put her in the spot with Mandy and they were like, you know what? Let's give her the title because Raquel doesn't need the title again. And, well, in Dakota's case, they just broke up her and Wendy and just was like, all right, cool. Just put them back with Raquel, and there you go. They can take the titles off of these two, you know. So
in a way, I think they shot themselves in the foot because they had Io and Kaylee Ray win the Dusty Cup to earn to where the usual winners will earn a tag team title shot.
Mm-hmm.
Who did they beat? They beat Dakota and Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
So they was like, oh shoot, we shot ourselves in the foot because we put them in the fatal 4-way match, so we don't have tag team champions contenders. Mm-hmm. So we kind of don't want to put Wendy Chu at Stand Deliver, and we got to find a way for Dakota and Raquel to reunite. So they took out, they built up the whole story of Wendy Chu getting taken out, who took out Wendy Chu, and then they teased it in I guess in passing that they did it. So Dakota came out, ran out, and then I'm guessing because they are the reason that Raquel and Cora were eliminated from the tournament, they said, oh, okay, here's 2 and 2. Let's put that together. Not realizing that, hey, y'all just had a whole gimmick a few months back that Dakota legitimately cost Raquel the women's championship to Mandy. Okay.
Yeah. It's weird, dude. Like, you're like, that's a little too soon to do that, given, you know.
Because when was it? October, November, December, January, February, March. 5 months ago?
Yeah. And I mean, that's just too short of a time to be trying to turn that back around. Like, oh yeah, we're friends again. Let's go get these titles. You know,
like what?
The only thing I could do to explain this, and that's if they even just want these two to feud again, which also would be stupid because that ended already. But she said this in a backstage little interview of their reunion. You know, Dakota was talking to herself and was like, "This is a bad idea. This is a bad idea." Like, I don't know, maybe the voices in her head or something like cause her to like cost them the match or something if they retain. But other than that, I really can kind of see them actually winning these titles, strangely enough.
I think I'm just like, yo, this is a match I'm gonna be real with you, I probably won't even pay too much attention to it.
I'll probably pay attention to whatever Gigi decides to wear.
I know you obsessed with the Milky Cheeks. You just obsessed with the Milky Cheeks. I know your situation. You just want the Milky Cheeks, man.
Hey,
Come on now.
Hey, Gigi Dolan, man. Gigi Dolan. Priscilla Kelly to my indie folks, you know what I'm saying? But hey, you know.
Whenever I mention Priscilla Kelly, I remember when she brought the whole tampon situation, and then I throw up in my mouth.
Oh no!
So it's like every time someone bring up Priscilla Kelly, I'm like, ooh, yeah, I remember that. That was gross. But Yeah, I see the champs retaining just because it is what it is. But if they do decide just out of a random, just say, hey, screw it, and just put the title on Dakota and Raquel, I guess they could be like, hey, they're the first 2-time NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. Because keep in mind, they are the inaugural.
True. This is true.
So, other than that, this will be a match I probably have to pay attention to. But the next match, Triple Threat Tag Team Championship. It's a weekend of Triple Threat Tag Teams because you got the Raw Tag Team titles at WrestleMania, but this one is Imperium versus the Creed Brothers, or Brothers Creed, however they pronounce it, and MSK.
Okay.
Who do you see taking this? Who you see taking this dub?
This I see as the second best match of the night.
If you're a spot monkey lover.
Yeah, well, yeah, if you're a spot monkey lover. Yeah, pretty much. I'm going to give this one to the Creed brothers. I believe they are over more so because of Malcolm Bivens.
Biv Nasty, if you will.
If you will. Like, I think because of him and what he's done with this Diamond 9 thing, like, the momentum seems to go in their favor. Like, people are liking the Creed brothers, and I think this is going to be their moment to get the gold.
But you see, they're teasing who attacked them. I think they're teasing a new group or a new team. They basically dipped into the Retribution playbook.
Thank God, Lord. Oh man.
And you had Dijak come out and say it wasn't us, it wasn't me.
Mm-hmm.
I refuse to call him T-Bar, Dijak or Dijakovic. He had him come out and say it wasn't us.
See, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Other than that, if they don't cost them, if that group or whoever they have cost them this match, I see the Creed brothers winning as well.
You know what? I can see a moment where they still win the titles without it being cost, and that
then they attack
team just attacks them and unmask, and it's like, oh my God, so and so debuts, and then it just causes a feud for the tag titles. You know, I can see something like that happening.
Or do you see Imperium retaining? Because I can see them doing something with Imperium, and where Walter either goes after the NXT championship, because that's somebody who, like, if they decide to let LeBron Breaker regain the title, that could be somebody I can see dropping the title before he goes to the main roster. That being Gunther.
Oh, I can't get that name out of my head now. Thanks a lot, Gresh.
Shouts out Malcolm Bivens, because he actually called him LeBron Breaker.
Oh shoot! Oh my God, I'm done. Oh man.
Malcolm Bivens called Braun Breaker LeBron Breaker, and he called Gunther Gunner.
Oh.
And if you follow him on Twitter, he's the reason why I pronounce it Gunther, like Goonther, Gunther, and not Gunther, because of Malcolm Bivens. Because Malcolm Bivens, his Twitter game is chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss, straight up. You know what? If they're gonna go for like a bloodline type of thing with them, I could see that, where they retain and Gunther, however you want to, Black Gunther, whatever you want to call the man. I could see that. That would be interesting, because who knows? Maybe an invasion angle would happen one day, and you'd see Imperium versus the Bloodline. Who knows?
I would take that. I want to see Roman get his chest chopped off. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind at all. And that transitions us to the main event of this paper. This, I guess you could say, premium live event, whatever they want to call it. That is this: Dolph Ziggler defending the NXT Championship against LeBron Breaker.
Well, it was a nice run, brother Ziggler. I mean, you won another title. You added it to your accolades, you know, your long list of accolades, and you were a nice champ for a matter of a few weeks. But, sir, I'm pretty safe to say that you are definitely not retaining this championship. This is definitely going right back to LeBron Breaker. His freaking pops and his uncle are in the Hall of Fame, so it's fitting this man is winning the title back right in the same weekend that his folks are going into the Hall of Fame. So, you know, this is the ultimate filler of fillers in a main event filler type match. So, yeah, that's all I got to say. What's that to say?
This will be a nice little solid match. It'll be a nice little rub for LeBron Breaker, even though as much as I like Ziggler, he's not really someone you win over, because before he went to NXT, he was practically a jobber.
I guess from accomplishment standpoint and resume, you know, it's still a rub in its own way. I mean,
If this was Ziggler who won the world title back in 2013, then I'd be like, this is a big accomplishment. But it's like, he's been so hot and cold for so long that I think I got to the point where I just don't care. Don't hate him.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy his matches for whenever they let him actually go crazy in. But as far as like getting behind him, I'm like, that ship is sailed. That's just me. That's just me though.
I'm not mad at that thought. You know, I look at Ziggler like the Miz in many ways. Of, hey, Cleveland guys done a lot for the company, long lasting, longevity. You know, at least they're putting people over if you think about it, because I'm sure guys like them could be easily like selfish, like, no, I'm not doing this. You know, but they always want to, you know, regardless of how many times they lose and, like you said, how hot and cold they can come off, it's one of those things where, hey, at least if they're willing to, you know, to be able to come here and put a guy like this over when you don't have to, hey, cool. I'm not mad at it, but I get that point. Yeah, it can make it to where it's just like, I don't care, you know what I'm saying, based on how y'all book them. So I respect that. Believe me, I'm just looking at it from the other perspective of credential and respect out of a man's resume and the being able to willing enough to put a young guy over, which is what a lot of us tend to complain about. So sad.
You know, I don't complain about them putting no the young guys over. It's just
not
on
IWC.
Who. Oh, I don't even acknowledge myself. Like, anyone say, "Oh, you're part of IWC?" No, I actually like to go get some women. So that's a big. I'm not. No, man, I am not a part of that group. You can miss me with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But other than that, NXT Stand and Deliver. That's your preview and predictions for it. Will I watch it? I'll probably catch it in passing if I have the time, but I probably won't be live tweeting it because it's so early. It's like at 1:00. Like, come on now.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I don't get it.
That's like watching a Saudi Arabia show at this point.
Oh, Jesus. See, I can't really knock the Saudi shows, because at least their shows have been somewhat. The last 2 shows have been actually interesting.
They have. I just mean more so in the fact of with them being over there and us being here and the time zone difference, and you're like, oh, it's 8:00 out there, but it's like darn near 1 to 12 o'clock, and you're like, now what? I'm watching the pay-per-view at midday, and by the time it's over, it's still midday.
Yeah, you'd be like, so what am I going to do from 4:00
exactly
until later? Like, I'm done.
Okay, you're like, I'm done for the day. I've gotten content. I'm cool. I guess I'll go play some video games or something. I don't know.
If I'm like, all right, I appreciate it, but I can't really knock these Saudi shows. But did you catch Dynamite this week?
I did. Yes, I did.
We had quite the stacked show for AEW Dynamite this week. You had FTR versus Gun Club. You had Darby Allin with Sting versus Andrade El Idolo, representing the Andrade family office, the office of jobbers, if you will. You had CM Punk versus Max Caster. You know, he had his Chris Rock and Will Smith reference. You had the Jay Lethal versus John Moxley match. You know, your boy Lethal is actually being booked again. We heard from the Jazz, Jericho Appreciation Society. I might not sound enthusiastic about it because I don't give a shit about it. You had Wheeler Yuta versus Bryan Danielson, which was my match of the night. You had the Undisputed Elite Championship celebration. Doesn't roll off the tongue for me, but it is what it is. And then you also had the Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament Qualifier. So you want to talk about it? So let's talk about it. We kicked off with CM Punk versus Max Caster, obviously. And what did you think about this match?
Pretty cool, man. I mean, it seems like Max is getting his rubs. Not the first time they featured him with a major, star and legend, if you will. So he seems to be getting his rub for, I guess, of the two of the Acclaimed, he's the guy they seem to want to push forward on that John Cena type status at some point, maybe, or whatever level and ceiling you want to put him on. So at some point, eventually, and CM Punk, I do believe, handpicks his opponents, I think. So if he's choosing Max Caster, it means he's the one he sees something in, I'm sure.
I mean, I see something in him. Like, I'm not out here on the hate Max Caster train. Like, he says some corny shit on Twitter sometimes. Like, let's be real. Everybody says some corny shit on Twitter. Like, that's just the purpose of Twitter, I guess. You just say something corny. You promote your content or you're corny. There's no in between. You very rarely see genuine, intriguing Twitter accounts, or I just don't follow them. I don't know. But from the in-ring perspective and from a character, his raps aren't hate. I don't hate his raps. Sometimes it's corny, like the whole Will Smith reference with the slap.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've heard it on NXT because I believe the first match you heard Vic Joseph talking about, oh, that's a Will Smith clap. If you don't shut up.
Yeah, I'm so over that. It's not even funny.
At this point,
I've never seen a joke worn out so many times.
We're on day 4 of that talk, and I'm like, can y'all please go clock in because rent's due tomorrow? Can you please go get you a woman or a man? Can you please go watch your kids? Do something. Why is this still a conversation?
I know, man. It's Jesus. Like, were the Oscars that bad?
That's the only thing that y'all talk about is a slap. That the more I look at it, look as weak as hell.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, hey, it is what it is. But
it is what it is. But I wasn't mad at this match. Like, it wasn't up there with the Punk versus Dax Harwood match from last week, but it was.
Yeah, it was bad. It was cool for what it was. Nice little opener, nothing like crazy, but I mean, not bad.
So apparently, CM Punk is targeting the AEW World Championship at some point. I wouldn't be surprised if they put it for Double or Nothing.
It's expected. It's expected because you know that the what is this, a rubber match between MJF and CM Punk at some point eventually. They didn't put a timetable on it, so one would think if Punk.
Well, we can't really say that because remember they were supposed to do a rubber match with him and Cody and they never got around to it. So,
well, that's true. That's true. So we'll see. I mean, assuming they do, if they want to do this, I guess the right way or however you want to label it, you could realistically have Punk win the title at some point. I'm sure it's not something he just wants to do, but he would do it to put MJF over. I'm sure. Like.
I can see that.
Like, because MJF is getting that title at some point. And
at some point, like,
who better to beat than CM Punk?
Yeah.
Think about it. It'd be nice. We'll see. I'm intrigued. Don't know if Hangman will be champ by the time that he goes for that title, but if he is,
yeah, cool. Hangman. Oh my God, we'll get to him. We'll get to him in a second. boy. But we didn't get we didn't get Jay Lethal versus Jon Moxley. What did you think about this match? Because this is the Jon Moxley representing the Blackpool Fight Club.
Physical back and forth. Jay definitely hung with Moxley, which a lot of
I know
men
you've been
feel.
kind of vocal about Jay Lethal's lack of appearance on Dynamite. Do you feel like they're leaning towards putting him back on, or do you think he's just
Man, it's so tough to say because like my one grief with AEW, I'm gonna make this it's just my nickname to them right now is trying to figure out.
Oh, I'm pretty sure
Like,
we got the same knick-knack because I'm probably gonna get into it when it comes to the women's division. We'll get there.
yeah, like you know, the thing is, right now it seems like they're just going for the hottest person to sign, showcase them for a little bit until they're like a shiny new toy, and then when they're bored with you,
They'll put him on dark.
you're on dark and or in catering if they have that in AEW, I guess. And then you're like, oh, I kind of forgot you were still with the company. As we saw, budget cuts getting used as of late with this company.
Budget cuts.
I'm
Budget
like,
cuts.
oh, y'all using this now? Wow.
I thought for those who kept swimming up and down, I thought AEW didn't do budget cuts.
I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
And people are getting mad because the person that they're potentially budget cutting is Marco Stunt.
Mm-hmm.
Do you care? I don't.
No, you don't. But it's just funny because it's like, interesting. You know, like it just seems like they're going after these shiny new toys, trying to get, you know, with this wrestling market being so wide open now, thanks to WWE mostly. All these people are out here, still out here. There's still a lot of people out there, you know. And you're like, gee.
I'm going to need him to chill on signing the men and focus on signing women.
Yeah, you got Keith Lee. Gee, I wonder who else could be there. You don't say.
And the thing is, he bought this whole freaking second wrestling company, Ring of Honor. If he do have to just feel the need to sign people, send them over there.
This is true. I mean, yeah, Jay Lethal was made like such a. We were there, okay. We were there for that signing, okay.
We was at the theater for that freaking signing, bro.
Remember how crazy the whole theater went? Like, yo, it's Jay Lethal. Oh my God. He's going for the TNT championship. I already knew it was doomed from there. I'm like, wait a minute. The man is already going for the TNT title in a moment where you knew he wasn't going to win the thing.
Yep.
And just like that, you have seen him since.
Mm-hmm.
So
the only other thing of note that I have is with him trying to do a tope suicida on Powerhouse Hobbs, and he basically Samoa Joe'd him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I remember, and the only memorable thing I remember is his match so far with Ricky Starks and the way he tried to do his finisher with Ricky, like in a crazy reversal.
The Rochambeau?
Yeah, like, you know, that right now I'm very disappointed in this, and I'm like, Jay,
you're a fan, and this is you as a fan. I'm not per se a fan of Jay Lethal. I'm more so a fan of. I was a fan of the Black Machismo stuff from his TNA days, but other than that, it's like Jay Lethal's. He's good. He's great.
It's his best moment. Yeah, it's his best moment.
But it's like in ring, Jay Lethal. Okay, he's cool. Like I see what people see in him, but it's like that's not my. You're not gonna see me out here like, oh, I'm a Jay Lethal fan. It's like, okay, cool. You're not gonna see me out here hating Jay Lethal or hate to see Jay Lethal, but
yeah. Well, I always got a thing for Jay Lethal just because, like you said, I mean, the Impact Jay Lethal is always my favorite version. I didn't keep up with him much in Ring of Honor because I'm not a Ring of Honor person like that. But I mean, I do know he did have a run in Ring of Honor where he was like that dude for a while. But I didn't keep up with it. I just knew he was like crazy with it, you know, with suits, all that. Right around the time when he first cut the hair, as a matter of fact, or something like that. But
I remember when Jay Lethal cut the hair and I first saw him, I was like, who the hell is this?
Yeah. It was like, whoa, okay, that's a different look. You know, but that's all wrestling's about, changing your look up. So I ain't too mad at it. But me with Jay Lethal right now, I'm like, at this point, the way I feel, I'm like, dude, why didn't you go to WWE? Because you know you secretly have always wanted to go there. And I mean,
it could be a WWE thing. It could be a WWE thing. They probably didn't want him.
Maybe they didn't. You're right, you know. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, if that was the case, then you could have just went back to Impact, bro. At least you got a long history with that. if you want to put talents over, then go to Impact or something, my guy. You know what I mean? Like, what was the point of this?
See, now the difference, I think that's the reason why it kind of tainted Swerve's signing with AEW, because remember he signed on the dotted line of the pay-per-view. I think that's why people are like, is Swerve really going to do a thing, or is he going to be just like Jay Lethal? Because
and you see, he's already caught a loss.
I mean, I don't expect Swerve to go on some undefeated streak. Like, come on now.
True, but I mean, come on,
because
man.
Keith Lee ain't technically undefeated either. He just didn't win the ladder match.
True. Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, you're right. Undefeated streaks. I can't. Who is undefeated? Is anybody undefeated at this point? I don't even know. Like consistently?
No. Consistently, no. Everybody recently has taken a loss.
All right, so I guess I'll give him credit for that. At least everybody's consistently taking a loss. But how protected would you say Swerve was in that first loss?
I mean, Powerhouse Hobbs did attack him, but it was, I guess, he was protected as much as you can be protected in wrestling.
Fair enough.
And it basically opened the door for him to, I guess, they're basically building to a tag match between Keith Lee and Swerve versus Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks. So I'm gonna need them to go. I'm put it this way. I don't always defend. I'm not defending nothing. Yeah. I'm a big wait and see type of deal.
Yeah.
But so I mean, other than that, this Jay Lethal match, it was what it was. Moxley. Scratch that. You said who's practically undefeated consistently? Jon Moxley.
True, because he's been. I can't even think. The last time I think he lost was Kenny Omega when he dropped the title.
Yep, and the barbed wire explosion death match.
Oh well, yeah. We don't speak about that.
Outside of that, yeah, we don't speak about that either. The match was great. The ending was whoa. But yeah, that's the only person I could think consistently who's undefeated. And I will continue to ask this question: where the hell is Miro?
Anybody know? Anybody?
I'm like, where is Miro, bro? Like,
all I know is he's probably somewhere smashing Lana, and that's all I can really tell you. Because we don't even know where she is, and it doesn't seem like she plans on coming back to wrestling anytime soon. Which I'm cool with, you know.
Has he been on Twitch? Or has he gone completely dark?
You know, maybe he just wanted to spend some time with the wife, bro. I mean, that's all I can think. I mean, maybe he's just.
The last thing I remember was him. When they was in Atlanta, they showed the vignette, and he was arguing with God, and then he just disappeared.
We haven't seen him since. Yeah.
So God has came down and smite the Miro, and just said, "You're not finna keep playing with me, son."
Well, even though we haven't seen him, one, I think it's gotten caught in this cesspool of signings for one.
Yeah.
And two, at the end of the day, he had one of the greatest runs with that TNT championship. So one would hope. I mean, I don't understand how he's not even feuding against Hangman at this point, because Hangman ain't got no challengers, bro.
I thought he would have been like one of the first outside of Adam Cole. I thought he would have been one of the first to challenge for the championship.
Yeah, that would have been one heck of an obstacle for a guy like Hangman. Like, can he defeat this man that is literally destroying people? But we don't know where he is. So can't destroy nothing you don't know where it is. So
I mean, I don't know. But did you moving on basically, because we can't really beat that dead horse. We got a highlight package of The Problem, Marina Shafir. She's coming.
Props to Marina Shafir. I thought this when I saw that. I was like, wait, so she's coming to AEW. I saw
she's been in AEW. She's been on Dark, but
see, I didn't even know. Like, I knew
that's the pros and cons of Dark. It's like you let people rack up wins. Like if you would say, I want to push you, you have actual footage of her, because they've actually had a solid amount of footage of her destroying people. So I'm like, oh, okay. This will
And
work.
it's crazy though, because it's like with her, right? She I thought this when I saw it because she beat Darius in the Indies for the championship, and he was champ for the longest, So when I saw that, I was like, oh, wow, Marina Shafir is like grinding. That's what's up. But to then see the AEW thing, I was like, oh wait, so she's there too? Like, wow, okay. Props to her for this reason. And I thought about this earlier. Isn't it amazing how nobody cared or liked Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke because they were just lackeys to Shayna Baszler, and they were two people that you were like, they're green as all get out, and we don't know how to pronounce their names. Yet, since Shayna got moved up to the main roster, they got released. Marina Shafir has really made a name for her entire self right now. And
she's the problem.
She's killing it to where she's earning respect from these fans now. Meanwhile, Ronda, who's the name, is actually losing respect from the fans at this point to some degree. And then Shayna's just Shayna right now. She's kind of just there.
Yep.
So here's Marina Shafir, little old Marina Shafir, just casually strolling and really grinding it like a true wrestling indie star.
You saw who she's married to.
This is true. That does help a lot. That helps a whole lot. When Roddy is your hubby, is like, well, okay. And look at her now. Like, oh, she is arguably out of these four women shining the most. I mean, sure, you may give the edge to Ronda for star quality, but do anybody really care?
No.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, just my 2 cents on that. I thought that was pretty cool to see her. So I was like, wow. All right.
I completely agree. It's like, okay, and you see they're building up to her versus Jade Cargill for her 30th match. So she's probably going to lose.
As in Jade or as in Marina?
Jade is going to win. Marina is going to lose. Unless they want to pull the swerve on us and just say she's the 1 in 29-1.
They could, bro. Like, it is a good way to build that women's division if you think about it.
Marina Shafir is the 1 in 29-1.
Well, they're not marketing it that way, but in terms of just like
no, because you got Brock Lesnar, who's the 1 in 21-1. You got Marina Shafir. Marina Shafir was the problem in Jade Cargill's plan to go 30-0.
They would have to figure it out some kind of way.
And because I said that, it is not happening. It is not happening.
I think it would be too soon. I think they could have waited, but if they're going to do it now, I wouldn't be surprised if they go that route. Like, I don't know. It depends on how big they want to build Jade Cargill in the street. Do they want to go Goldberg long, or do they want to go? I mean, Undertaker long is kind of still long because that's WrestleMania annually, so that's a little different. But I don't know. Depends on how they want to take
She's already bypassed Undertaker long. He's 20. I believe he's 20,
but
he's
think
22 and he's 23 and 2.
But see, remember, his streak's different than a typical streak because that's an annual big stage of a mall kind of streak.
Right.
You know what I mean? Versus a week after week type streak. Like, are you trying to go Goldberg long where that was like week to week to week and even got built as days and weeks went along?
I'm about to say, keep in mind, I think they said they spiked some of his numbers.
They really did. They kind of spiked. Now, Oscar streak, do you want to go that level? What was Oscar's streak like?
I believe she was, I forgot the number, but I'm pretty sure she was legitimately undefeated for over 2 years.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, it depends on where they want to go with Jade on that.
And it depends on the story they're trying to tell. Like, are they building someone up equally to take that pin from her?
Yeah, because that could have been Thunder Rosa, but you see the route they went with that. Because it was inevitable.
And they're kind of teasing that Jay, she's like, I already beat our champion, so you can tell they're probably going to set it up to where she wants. I wouldn't be surprised if they have her win both titles or hold both titles at the same time.
Jade or Thunder?
Jade.
Ooh, yikes! That would be interesting.
I'm just saying, I'm like, it would be interesting if I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, she would be the first. I am kind of intrigued to see who the first Black women's champion would be. So if it is anybody, it would be Jade.
Nyla Rose isn't Black, or she's
Oh well, yeah, no, that she is. No.
or she's
Maybe I'm thinking AEW then. I'm thinking men's
the world
championship
champion.
then.
Yeah, okay. I'm about to say, isn't
'cause
Nyla
I
technically?
forgot about. See, that just goes to show how much I forgot about Nyla's run. I forgot all about that, bro. Oh my gosh. Wow.
And she was so good on her own, and then they paired her with Vicky. Why would you pair her with Vicky? And then on top of that, you would have her be racist for no reason. Anyway, so they're basically building up to Marina Shafir and Jade Cargill at some point, more than likely for her 30th match. Shouts out Jade Cargill for introducing the baddie session, whatever that means. I guess that's their term of beautiful, having a group of beautiful women in a section. I appreciate that, because when she put out that tweet and was like, drop your city and your badge, I'm like, follow. I'm like, shouts out Jade for allowing me to see some women I've never seen that likes wrestling and are hella attractive at the same time. I'm like, follow.
You don't say.
Follow. Follow.
Oh man, now you gotta show me this post. Well,
hey man, bro, it's all on her Twitter, bro. You gotta get on social media more. I understand you be on and off.
I be on there. You know,
you be on there on and off.
I be on there. Like, I'm a pretty busy guy. It's hard for me to get on there as hard as I'm trying to get somebody to actually control my stuff these days. But still,
me too.
Yeah. When you're working, it's hard to sit on your phone and just do some things.
Me too.
I'll catch a Jade Cargill tweet from time to time.
Oh Jesus, not that.
Whoa!
Shouts out Jade Cargill.
Oh my!
Whoa, not that.
Whoa!
Yeah, that thing thinking.
Wow, bro.
Respectfully, but yeah, this was her first Jade's baddies.
Oh snap!
Jade's baddies, including him, I guess.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Hell yeah. Sure. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Wow. Okay. Well.
But yeah, she been asking people to. She was like, so I need you ladies to attach your baddest pictures in the city you are in for my baddie session. Let's get you some camera time, great seats, along with the best looking wrestlers watching you look fine, basically.
Okay.
And people just been posting. Good Lord.
Hey then. Shout out to the Alien. Hey. I should have known she would have been in that. She's definitely a good fit for that one. Hey, what's up?
Shouts out. Yeah, you got a lot of you got some people. Some people I had to block, but yeah, because they was weird. But
all right,
respectfully. And then you got this dude right here talking about. Let me see. Get into the comment section. I'm like, oh, okay.
All right. Well,
respectfully.
Twitter. What a dangerous site you are.
Respectfully. You look kind of young. Nope. Keep scrolling.
Wow.
But yeah, she got a whole baddie section. I'm like,
well, how smart of her to come up with that campaign. I'm actually not mad at it.
Like, I'm not either. Like, I respect it.
Great campaign, Jade.
Respectfully. You had FTR. Well, moving on. Try to move on so we can stop being horny on the main. You had FTR defeat the Gunning Club, the Ass Boys.
Oh gosh!
And during the match, you saw they teased. They had Wardlow into the arena, and shouts out Deadlock Pro-Wrestling, because a lot of wrestlers was security that I follow me on Twitter. And I know. Shouts out. They were part of the security entourage. They got their ass whooped by Wardlow. So you see that teasing Wardlow versus MJF. Do you think how long you think they're gonna drag it? Because keep in mind they dragged that face turn for literally a year.
I think they're gonna drag it for up until when he wins that championship, because they're really trying to. You've been hearing Wardlow, hearing the comparisons to the Batista run, and the way things are going, I can see Punk winning the AEW championship, MJF beating Punk for the AEW championship, being AEW champion for however long they want him to be, and then
I hope it's not a whole year.
It depends on how long they're trying to keep this whole. I mean,
the reason why I say I hope it's not a long year is because I'm over these long reigns.
True, a lot of AEW champions have had long reigns, haven't they?
Yeah.
They're not a fan of the transitional thing, I don't think. So
I'm not saying it'd be a transition. I'm like 4 months, 5 months, not a full year.
Yeah.
I don't mind a 4 month reign or 5 month reign, but I don't need to see a 4 month, 5 month reign. But I don't need nobody to be 12 full year.
Let's say, how long has Paige been champion now?
Paige has been champion since Full Gear, and that was it January, February? Not Full Gear. Was it Revolution? He won it in February, so he ain't been champion that long. They just been booking him like a bitch, but he ain't been champion that long.
Yeah, okay. It feels long for some reason
because he's not really doing anything of note. I mean, his first challenger was Lance Archer. He beat him in the last man standing or Texas Death Match.
Mm-hmm.
He beat Adam Cole.
Mm-hmm.
At what was it, Revolution?
Yeah. Don't forget Daniel Bryan with the two.
No, he beat. The 2 matches, the 2 long. I think that's what killed it.
Probably
because I think some people, when you had 2 long matches on Dynamite, I think some people kind of tuned out because we in the same group chat. Shouts out Botcha Maniacs. But you saw it was a mixed bag when you had some people kind of not a fan of the hour long match.
Yeah. That's a long time to try to keep somebody's attention span, bro.
Especially if you got commercials. Keep in mind you got commercials. So it's like I'm already walking away doing commercials because I don't care if it's an Iron Man match or a 60-minute match. I'm walking away doing commercials because American commercials sucks ass.
This is true.
So I'm not finna sit down and if you're gonna make me sit through picture-in-picture, at least feed me the audio. Give me the option so I can at least hear the audio of the wrestles. Like I'm not trying to sit through American commercials. But yeah, it seems that they're teasing FTR and breaking away from the Pinnacle because apparently I didn't even know the Pinnacle was still a thing.
Me either. I thought that ended when Wardlow left, and I didn't see Shawn Spears, so I'm like, well,
okay,
okay, you know.
And then after this, we get because the reason I say they're teasing because Dax Harwood is like Wardlow is our friend too, so it's kind of like they're torn between siding with Wardlow and siding with MJF.
Yeah, let the inevitable babyface turn begin.
I mean, FTR as a babyface ain't really too shabby. Like I'm not.
Yeah, I've seen those babyfaces before. It works. It works.
Okay, it works. Okay, so yeah. The speed through this because we still got the 2 preview and predictions to go on. Yeah, the Jericho Appreciation Society. Were you a fan of this?
No,
me either. I didn't really care. Anything involving Jericho, I just don't care. And then for some reason they keep letting Jack Swagger talk. So the more y'all let him talk, the more I don't care. Next up, we got Willer Yuta versus the American Dragon Bryan Danielson with William Regal. Were you a fan of this match? This is my match of the night.
Physical as F.
This man spit in Bryan's face. I said I would have lit his ass up too.
Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do to get initiated. And Homeboy Show got that gang initiation straight through this match alone. All that was missing was a jump session. That's all that was missing. You know what I mean? Hey, I respect it.
I can see. I want to know: are they going to do a run back with Lee Moriarty? Are they going to let him be jumped into?
I think they will. I think they're trying to do a slow build here with it. Okay. You know, put him through a series of tests. So he'll probably be the next one to go through that series of tests. And it's possible they may add one more, but I don't know.
Okay. But bottom line, I enjoyed this match. And I'm highly. I love it when William Regal's on commentary too. Just listen to this man talk wrestling. I could listen to him all day because he's a genius. But moving on. Were you a fan of this Undisputed Elite Championship celebration thing?
Absolutely not. That was just downright ridiculous. Like, come on, you faking like you the champs, and we all know you're not. Now, if you're trying to preview of what it's supposed to be, cool. But why are you doing a fake championship celebration with your name taped on it? No.
I'm not gonna lie. Adam Cole with the championship looks cool because Adam Cole. I'm a fan of Adam Cole.
All three of them look good with it. You know, it gave me reminiscent vibes of the Undisputed
era. But now they're Undisputed Elite, and I'm like, really? Undisputed Elite?
Yeah, I don't know about that name, but it is what it. That to me comes off very great value-ish. You know, cola, not Coca-Cola. It's cola. Sparkle Cola, Circle K.
Circle K.
That's what that came off to me as, to see Undisputed Elite. Like, really.
I was not a fan.
I'm like, nah, y'all gotta be better than that. Come up with a better name, please. I know you want to still do this and all, but come on, man. You could have came up with so much of a better name.
He really should have. But obviously, the baby faces, that being Adam Page and Jurassic Express, came and made the save to get their titles back. I was not a fan of this segment. I was like, okay, whoop-de-doo. Moving on. And we're moving on here. Thunder Rosa, she was interviewed by Tony Schiavone about, I guess she said she would be the face. She wants to be the face of the all women's wrestling. But every time I get to the top, there's always bullies that want to bring me down. Pillars get knocked down, but foundations remain standing. And I will be a foundation in this company. Whoever wants me, come and get me. And Nyla Rose, I didn't go through hell for anyone to attack me right away. I want to wrestle the best in the world. I will defend this. And I'm like, this is the promo that should have went down the first week that she was champion. Instead of making her like a chump.
Exactly. Totally reversed. Like, really. You don't do your champ like that fresh. Basically, everything Britt did was for nothing if you're going to do that. Like, no celebration.
And then you had Vicky Guerrero come out talking about a green card, and I'm like, oh, so we're racist now. Horrible. That wasn't it. I know Vicky has been on your podcast, and I know she's a good person probably, but from my point looking at it, I'm like, that ain't it. Leave the excuse me shit in 2012.
Yeah, I get it. It's the brand. It's her thing. Yeah, like you said, it's 2012, dog. 10 years ago.
And on top of that, Nyla Rose does not need a mouthpiece. I don't know what is their obsession with giving people mouthpieces. Nyla Rose does not need a mouthpiece. Have you seen her on Twitter? And have you seen this promo she just cut? She can hang. She can hang. She can. I did not get it either. And I'm like, dog, come on. But obviously, they're doing whatever they're going. This is going to be Thunder Rosa's first challenge, and I'm like, okay, cool. It'll be a fun match. They're basically using Nyla to put Thunder Rosa over. It is what it is. But I could have done without that first promo. That's just me.
Yeah. Pretty much.
And then we get moving on to the, I guess you could say, the co-main event of the evening, which is the Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament qualifier. The Bunny versus Toni Two Cheeks, or AKA Toni Storm. What did you think about this? About them bringing in Toni Storm?
I was hyped, but I'd be more hyped if I knew what was coming, because the words Ruby Soho come to mind.
Bingo. What's his name, Mo?
And hey guys, remember when that was a big deal?
She debuted, won the Battle Royal, got her title match against DMD, lost that. Was in the TBS Women's Championship, because we actually got to see her wrestle live at Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
And she lost that tournament. And she's been on Dark. And apparently on Twitter, it caused quite the stir, because apparently you can't criticize AEW, apparently, I'm guessing. Because
Right.
Because I shouts out Seahawk Cameron. He actually put out a tweet that I actually agree with. I actually retweeted because I don't give a shit if people get mad at me about me agreeing. This is a 2-part about what I'm talking about. He said, and I quote, let me pull it up, unless he deleted it. I doubt he deleted it because I retweeted. Someone put out a tweet that said, how did WWE drop the ball on Toni Storm? That was a layup. She has it all. And I'm like, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, bro, why are y'all so obsessed with putting out this tweet? How did WWE drop the ball on Toni Storm? How did WWE drop the ball on this person? How did WWE drop the ball on this person? Have you ever thought that maybe it wasn't them dropping the ball? It's just they just didn't crack it in WWE.
True.
I'm not a WWE apologist by the slightest. Some of the stuff that WWE does or put out is downright boring, but I'm just stating the obvious.
Yeah.
And I'm over people just saying, "Oh, how did WWE drop the ball?" Toni Storm is a different case, because if correct me if I'm wrong, didn't she quit?
She really did.
She walked out. She left. She walked out, apparently, reportedly, and was granted her release. She requested her release. She wasn't fired, because outside of pie in the face aside, wasn't she in the ring with someone they considered their golden child in Charlotte Flair on Christmas for the SmackDown Women's Championship?
Yep.
They gave her the ball and she just passed on it. So before you put out this tweet that's saying, "Oh, WWE dropped the ball," shouts out Seahawk, because he said, "Good as the debut was, give this some time to breathe." Ruby Soho is also a layup, and she's in a program with a sandwich tray right now, aka catering. Of course, he put this tweet out, and wrestling Twitter wants to defend the ever-living shit out of this, like Tony Khan is going to give them free tickets to watch his show live. They're not. What are your thoughts? Because I actually agree with it. Because what I did was, I said, if someone wrestling on AEW Dark and Elevation is your defense for lack of depth and storytelling in said women's division, then I don't know what to tell you. And before someone says, but WWE, outside of the obvious name, their division is lacking as well. Let's be real. But the AEW is, even though 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, you're not immune to criticism.
No.
And we've been saying this for 3 years. Hey, give your women meaning storylines, meaningful oomph. Give them something for me to sink my teeth in. Because I don't care how long these matches are. I don't care if you give them 30 minutes, 40 minutes, a whole hour, 10 minutes, 10 seconds. If their story or their character is non-existent or downright sucks, I won't give a shit.
You know, I totally agree, broski. Man, yeah, it's cool. Like I said, I'm a Toni Storm fan. I like Toni Storm, man. You know what I'm saying? She looks the part, amazing. I mean, I'm not gonna lie when I say in the Mae Young Classic when I saw her, the way they were pushing her. Now, granted, that was a lot of Triple H's production, but the way they were pushing her was geared like in my mind. I'm like, they're trying to make her like that next Charlotte or the next like high level main event type person. So I thought, yeah, she's gonna be the future. And like you said, got to the main roster. They kind of just prematurely threw her up there, it seemed like. She was just randomly on NXT, and the next thing you know, oh, look to the main roster, it's Toni Storm. And then it took forever for them to really debut her.
Remember the time when she was just gone for like months?
Yeah. And then, you know, like you said, they tried to throw her in a program and finally found something for her. She chose to leave after that, in the middle of that, too, because that feud wasn't really done, even after the Christmas thing. It wasn't really done. Because Charlotte, they had to prematurely throw some random women at her because of this incident. But I just don't trust it because AEW's women's division has not given me a reason to trust it. I like Thunder Rosa.
And for those who keep saying, oh, why don't you watch Dark? Oh, why don't you watch Elevation? Do you think we watch wrestling 24/7? We don't have time to watch wrestling 24/7 because you know what we do? We have jobs.
Yeah.
We have lives. We have relationships that we're trying to build. We have other things to do. We don't have time to watch. I don't watch everything WWE puts out.
Not at all.
I watch Raw. I watch NXT sometimes, if I'm available, or I watch SmackDown from time to time.
Yeah.
I don't always watch Rampage, and I watch Dynamite, but I don't always watch Rampage. I'm not finna watch Dark and Elevation and Impact. I'm not finna watch all these extra. I don't watch that much wrestling. It's not enough time in the world that I can give to wrestling.
Yeah.
I'm a student of the game. I'm a fan, but I'm not finna sit there and watch it. Like, and let's be real. It's not like they have stories on Dark. It's literally squash matches.
Yeah, that's definitely a squash match show. I watch Dark and I'm like, you blink and suddenly the match is over. Like, what the freak just happened? You know?
So what am I watching Dark for? To see them win? To see them wrestle?
Yeah.
It's only so much wrestling I can see that it doesn't get to the point where it feels repetitive in the same style of match that I've seen before. It's all about the story. Are you giving them story? Are you giving them depth? Ruby Soho, her story was she was the runaway girl. She ran away to AEW, and she was the champion. She was going after the championship. The moment that the shiny new toy ran its course, here she is on Dark.
I'm telling you, it's my biggest gripe is men and women. It's a shiny new toy mentality. And say what you want to say, Vince. Maybe he's a genius for that aspect. Maybe he's like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna give him some more time. And look at him now. You tried to set yourself apart from it, and now you're turning exactly into it. Everybody was like, oh, go to AEW, go to AEW. What's the first thing they do? They go right to AEW. Now, there's still a lot of talent out there that haven't gone there, but it's like, maybe that's because of by choice or whatever. I don't know. But Toni, man, I don't know. You're going to get some banger matches here and there out of her, but are you going to see her in the main event? Is she going to truly be a game changer for AEW? Hard to say. There's no storylines for the women to care about.
Exactly.
Britt Baker carried that.
And even then, if you listen to the show, I've already said Britt Baker, the character, I enjoy her. But as soon as that bell ring, I get bored after 10 minutes. That's not a knock on Britt Baker, I'm pretty sure she'll get better as time goes on, but it's like, and then what annoyed me about her reign was every match almost ended the same. Outside interference, outside interference, outside interference, outside interference. Same thing happened with Roman Reigns for those but WWE geeks. When he had constant outside interference, it was annoying me, but it was very few. The ones that he had actually won clean, like the John Cena match, some of my favorites. That's all I'm saying. Mix it up. If you're gonna have the heel be a heel, at least have her at least wearing dominantly clean. That's just me. This is me. I don't know. That's just
Give us a reason to care about the women's division.
Give us a reason to care. That's all I ask. Like, you can, like I just said, you can have 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. If I don't give a shit about your character, or if there's no story to get me invested to like, ooh, I want to see you win. I want to see you get your comeuppance. Then what's the point? You want to know the reason why I care about Jade Cargill? Well, because she's attractive, but there's a story there. There's a little story there. She's a dominant beast who will beat her. Yeah, I'll say she's green in the ring. She turned it in. She flipped it and turned it into. She's like, I'm green like money.
Big facts.
Y'all be talking out your asses about her matches. She said, you know what? I'm tired of looking at y'all ugly slobs. Let's have a whole baddie session of beautiful women. You can't tell me that Jade Cargill is not money.
I'm telling you, bro. It's arguable that she should be the one that's headlining a lot of either opening a show or closing a show, straight Roman Reigns style.
Once she gets the in-ring to the point where she's untouchable, or at least close to, she should be opening the show. She should be the first person you hear. A storm is coming. And then her theme music, she got the whole presentation, dog.
Yeah.
That ain't horny. That ain't horny Gresh talking. That's legit wrestling fan Gresh talking. Like, yo.
Oh, facts. Casuals. You can show any casual Jade Cargill and they'll be like, who is that girl?
You remember when they had a picture of them at the NBA game and people, I literally showed a pic of someone, of a friend of mine who was legitimately a casual wrestling fan. They haven't watched wrestling since Chris Benoit. That's how long they haven't been watching wrestling.
Wow.
They saw the picture of her next to Britt Baker. They say, who is the woman in green? I said, oh, that's a wrestler, Jade Cargill for AEW, All Elite Wrestling. They's like, I guess I got to check out All Elite Wrestling.
Yeah.
It's like, dog, it's all about how you're booked. That's it.
It's that type of effect, man. It's certain people have looks. You know, when I got into wrestling, I flipped through the channels and I saw a segment with The Rock and China. And I said to myself, who are these two? Man, they look very stand-up.
It's all about the presentation.
This was as somebody completely new to this. Completely new to this world. I saw a guy with these long sideburns, glasses, and this slick hair, and I'm like, talking clean trash. I'm like, who's this? Saw a woman very muscular and slim. Yeah, just like, wow, who is this? Point blank. Presentation matters, yo.
It's all about the presentation and your character. Like, you can have a whole bunch of spot field matches, but if your character sucks, don't give a shit.
And look, you can say what you want to say about the E. You can say all you want to say. If it's one thing they always get right, it's their presentation, their production.
The baby little Jimmy said Jade should make music and should honestly collab with famous rappers. She got the presentation for it.
She really do. I don't know what her rap skills is like, and that's coming from a rapper right here, dog. But I mean, whether she can rap or not, that girl gives Megan Thee Stallion a run for her money. I'm just saying. Point blank. I said it.
Hey, man. Just on the presentation alone.
Hey, man.
That's enough AEW Dynamite talk. I mean, Andrade beat Darby in the main event. It was a okay main
It was a
event.
banger. It was a banger. It was a
It
little
was a
bit
banger.
banger. Depending on what you like. It was banger.
Yeah, Andrade needed that win. Let's be real, because this dude.
Talk about another guy. You're like, what the freak happened to him? Remember when he was a big deal too? Shoot,
so many guys that were so much of a big deal, and then it just kind of fell off.
Yeah, shiny new toy effect, man. That's my new thing for AEW. They're a shiny new toy company right now.
But before we move on to our two preview and predictions to wrap up today's podcast, shouts out DPW Deadlock Pro Wrestling. Like I don't know if you've ever gotten around to checking them out. They're a nice little independent company. Somebody recently that's just popped up that you might be a fan of. JTG was in the building.
Yes, sir.
Jay the God, as like he was like the God.
Yeah.
He's been on there as well, killing it. Kid Bannon, shouts out Kid Bannon. We are a Kid Bannon Stand podcast. Like I just like Deadlock Pro Wrestling. Like that's just something that I've actually just been enjoying from the intimate. I'm gonna send you some episodes. I believe they just dropped their 7th episode today. They premiere every, I believe, Thursday at 6 o'clock. It's like a solid hour, if that, of Deadlock. I can give you some names that I could tell you to look out for right off the rip. Look out for what's his name? Lucky Ali. Dude, brilliant heel. I put out like a little comparison. I said, yo, he reminds me of Velveteen Dream in the ring, but not as creepy. So if you have a chance, but I would never compare him because but better. Let's put it that way. He's better. He's not weird. If you get a chance, check out Lucky Ali. You can even just look up Deadlock Pro Wrestling. I believe he's been featured on quite a few. He's legit. From his selling to the subtleness that like he knows how to trash talk. He's one of those guys like, you know how I say I'm a fan of storytelling. He knows how to tell a story.
I'm with it.
Lucky Ali, NDA, The Reality, which is led by Chris Dink. You got so many. It's a nice little balance. You got some women's wrestlers as well. It's intergender wrestling. Like if you're into intergender wrestling, that's your cup of tea as well. Check out Deadlock Pro Wrestling. DPW Fire. I checked that out. The link is right there, and it's something that I recommend as well. The baby little Jimmy said, imagine AEW put a celebrity female in wrestling to fight with Jade. It'll be a minute before that because she's, like we said, she's still kind of new to the biz. She still they will have to really build that trust with her to put her in there with a celebrity.
Who do you think they would try to put in there with her if that was to ever happen in the future?
I don't know who in the female act on side of thing is interested in wrestling. Who do you think outside of Snooki?
Oh God, no. Maybe here's a wild thought. This person always wanted to get in the ring. Maybe Chili from TLC.
I forgot all about Chili.
She always wanted to get in the ring. She said,
and I just had me some chili the other day. That was some good chili. That was some good chili.
But I mean, she is pretty fit. You know what I mean? She stays in good shape. So I mean, you never know. Maybe unless they're trying to go the clout route, and then you could, wow, that rhyme. You could probably just, I don't know, like Cardi B, I guess. Meg.
Maybe. It depends. Well, we'll see when we get there. But DPW Fire, if you haven't checked them out. Check them out there on YouTube or check them out deadlockpro.com. They all started from a podcast. It's just 3 YouTube content creators that just said, you know what, screw it, we want to start a wrestling company. And you never know, we might start our own wrestling company. Freepedia. You never know. Moving on to Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor, because did you remember this show was the thing?
Totally forgot about it.
It goes down this Friday, tomorrow.
Sounds about right. WrestleMania week, man. All the wrestling.
Tomorrow at 8, but it is Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor, because apparently, for those who don't know, Tony Khan is the owner of Ring of Honor Wrestling. He is the owner of Ring of Honor. So, who do you? Okay, so I really didn't pay too much attention to the match, so we're gonna speed round this. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right, baby. This match, who you see winning? Jonathan Gresham versus Bandino for the Ring of Honor World Championship.
This is gonna be nice. I'm gonna give this one to Yokinfo, our boy Gresh, Jonathan Gresham, man.
Do you? But then keep in mind, just announced Tony Khan. I guess Chavo Guerrero finally got a call back from Tony Khan. Bandino has hired Chavo Guerrero as a manager. Do you think that play a factor?
Not really.
Okay, so you see Gresham retaining, or I guess you could say retaining the championship or getting the current version of the championship.
I can see that.
Okay. You got who's this? Joe Hendry. Is that how you pronounce his name?
I have no idea who this dude is.
Hendry?
Joe Hendry, I'm guessing. Yeah, Hendry.
Yeah, he's in action. I mean, okay, cool. You got what's his name? Ninja. What's his name? Ninja Mac. Keep in mind, he will face Tully Blanchard's new client. Who do you think Tully Blanchard's new client will be?
The individual that ends up basically beating this individual. It could be
just a wild prediction. Who do you see as?
Let me think on who's on the market here.
You got Claudio. You see Claudio.
You see Cleo. That could work. Man, I don't know. There's so many people like on the market right now. Anybody could just pull up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not waiting to see, man. It's kind of hard to predict that.
Yeah, because I don't really follow Ring of Honor like that. But I literally woke up this morning. And I said, "Oh, Ring of Honor is this week," and nope, I have not seen one. I don't follow a lot of news sites. I'm like, I haven't seen that one tweet, one ad.
Yeah.
Then you got this one, the Pure Championship. You got Josh Woods versus Wheeler Yuta for the Ring of Honor Pure Championship.
Okay, so I definitely am familiar with Josh Woods because he's the one that beat Gresham after his long streak. I still have not forgiven him for that, but the kid is good. I'm not gonna lie, the kid is good. So, given that we know this is cross promotional, I'm gonna give this one to Woods to retain.
Okay. So you see, because you see Wheeler as a AEW guy.
Yeah, not unless they're trying to prove something with this stable and they just want to have Wheeler like cross promote for a minute. But I can see Woods retaining this, man. He's a beast. I'm not gonna lie, he's a beast.
Okay. Next one, you got this one just announced this morning or this afternoon. You got this beast of a match. You have Rhett, I believe that's his name, versus Minoru Suzuki. This man is about to die.
Oh yeah, he's gonna die. But he looks like the type of guy that can take this type of whooping. I think this is what he wants. I'm gonna go with Rhett for this one. You know, usually with the veterans, man, they're usually there to kind of see what you're made of, and very rarely do they usually win. But I mean,
keep in mind, this is Minoru Suzuki's first American championship that he's pursuing.
Wow. Okay.
Very first. That's a nice little note.
Well, Suzuki, you're a legend and you're dope, but I don't think you win this American championship. Not this one.
Not this one.
Not this one. Nah.
Not this one. Because you got that will require you to be on TV more.
Yeah.
And he's a Japan mainstay.
All right.
Then next up, you got Jay Lethal versus Lee Moriarty.
Wow. Here we go. All right. This is our first AEW at Ring of Honor match.
Yep.
Wow. This is a tough one to call. I'm gonna give this one to Moriarty, man. I mean, Lethal's been putting people over, and I think he wants to put over our guy Lee.
Okay.
It's gonna be a banger, but I can see Lee pulling this off, man.
Then you have this one, the interim Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. Keep in mind,
Ooh, all
Deonna
right.
Purrazzo is the current Women's World Champion, but she is booked on Impact's multiverse of matches that is going on literally at the same time as this show.
I know, crazy, right?
So a lot of wrestling that I will not be watching, but who do you see pick when I don't know too much about Willow?
I know a lot about her, man. This girl's a beast.
Explain to me
Not let her-
about who Willow is.
So Willow is on the come up, man. She's actually been in some matches on AEW Dark. She's been getting some shine on Dark. But this woman is a beast. Like she uses her size. The best way to describe her is almost kind of like, think about Hugger Bailey, but not quite as corny. Like she has that friendly nature to her. But then when the ring goes on, she goes hard, bro. Like, yeah, got a lot of power and strength to her, but also just like fun, lovable, and can really kick tail. Like seriously. So this is definitely going to be physical. I can see it already. I'm excited. This is a match I definitely would love to see. I don't know if I'm going to watch it live, but I will watch this some kind of way.
How do you think this goes? Do you think Willow wins or do you think Mercedes wins and they build to a Deonna versus Mercedes rematch? Because I believe they wrestled on Impact.
It would be nice.
I could be wrong.
It would be nice, honestly, but I really think Willow takes this, honestly. Like Willow, Mercedes again has that veteran presence to where I don't think she's out to win too many championships right now. I think she's just on a tour of just wrestling and just going hard against any and everybody she can wrestle. And
she's another signing for AEW, so she's on the AEW roster as well. So
this is true. So I can see Willow winning this, and then her and Deonna Purrazzo having like a banger of a match at some point. So I'm gonna give this one to Willow.
Okay. Then you have this one, the one that I'm interested in because of who's in it. You got Swerve Strickland versus Zane, Alex Zane, I believe that's his name.
Okay.
You know, because I've been listening to his theme music for probably more than I should. But it's a part of my gym playlist, so you already know I listen to
Swerve.
To Big Pressure by Swerve, the realist.
Yeah.
This look like a banger to me. I ain't gonna cap. Because Swerve is someone I enjoy watching.
Oh yeah, man. You know, anybody that gets in the ring with Swerve, you gotta make it a banger. You know, Swerve's one of those guys that has that it factor, like an AJ Styles, where you just put him in the ring with anybody, he's gonna have a certified banger with you. So I already know, man. I'm team Swerve over here, bro. I'm taking Swerve for what's gonna be a banger. Don't know a lot about this Zane fellow, but I think I've heard of him.
I've heard the name in passing too.
Yeah. So this should be a nice little salute come up for him with Swerve getting the win.
Okay. And then you got this one, for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship. You got the Briscoe Brothers versus FTR.
Woo! Now you're talking. Hey.
Hashtag like them boys versus hashtag top guys.
God damn, my guy. I don't even know. I'm torn on this one for real, bro. This is gonna be interesting, man. I'm taking the Briscoes, bro. I'm taking the Briscoes. Like, this is gonna be a banger. To me, this will be my match of the night out of this card. But
I'm taking the Briscoes. Tag team wrestling, yeah, I can see this going crazy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love the Briscoes, man. I've been following them. They were one of the reasons I actually enjoyed Ring of Honor to a degree. Okay. And even still kind of kept up with it was because of the Briscoes, because they're like the flag bearers of that company. So, yeah, man, I definitely see the Briscoes taking this one, man.
Okay. And that is your Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor quick speed round run through. And honestly, I'm ready for it. It goes down tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern on Fight or Pay-Per-View. Will I watch it live? Probably not, because I don't know half of this card. You see, I had to get you to do the breakdown for this to kind of explain, because most of these people, I'm like, who are you?
Yeah.
Who
And
are
even
you?
me, I was the same way. I mean, there's names I do know and names I don't. So it's like, it's, you know, I've watched Ring of Honor at times, so I do know some of these names. Not well enough to can tell you everything, but I can give a little bit more breakdown to my boy Gresh, and I get it, because I get it. It's tough to keep up with all of these promotions, y'all. Like, it's not that we're not fans. We love every come-up wrestler that we don't know about and love to find out about them. But, man, it's just tough trying to watch. It's tough trying to support every promotion as much as we can, bro. Like,
Yeah, we try to watch as much, like we try to go out of the way. Like, that's why I try to follow a lot of wrestling accounts that knows there's not dicks, but they also know how to showcase, like, hey, you should check out this person, you should check out this person, you should check out, because I want to learn from, because a lot of people particularly listen to the original incarnation of this podcast because I had this fondness and love for Japanese wrestling. And I still do. I try to watch as much as I can, but it's like I'm trying to watch everything because there's much more than sports entertainment out there that I'm a fan of. And it's like sometimes I'm a fan of the match, or sometimes I can watch classic matches and have a fun time with it. But moving on to SmackDown tomorrow, or I should say WrestleMania SmackDown.
Oh God.
You have a triple threat match for the SmackDown. Oh, no, I'll say SmackDown. The Intercontinental Championship. Who you see winning this one? Because, Ricochet has been losing nonstop.
That worries me. I just don't get it. He has to be right now the weakest Intercontinental Champion I have ever seen.
And we've had quite a few.
I don't get it. I don't. Like, you literally just beat Sami Zayn. And now it just goes to show they've devalued this title again. Wow. By default, I'm going Ricochet because this just wouldn't make sense for either one of them to win it. I don't get it. I wouldn't get it. So, yeah, by default, I'm giving this to Ricochet.
Next one is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Oh, God. I forgot about that. Kill me now.
Oh,
dog, look at this card.
It's just a bunch of jobbers, bro. I'm sorry.
And freaking Priest is in this?
And Finn Balor, the United States champion.
Jesus Christ.
So you mean to tell me they couldn't find no mid-card title for WrestleMania? The actual show is 2 nights of show. It's a 2-night show, and they couldn't find. Who do you see winning this? Off of this graphic alone,
I guess I'm just gonna go with the guy that is most protected from this.
Who is that?
That would be Priest, I guess. He's the only one that realistically has been less irrelevant. Yeah, well, yeah, that too. Shout out to my boy Truth. I see my boy in there, but we know how that goes.
We know he's gonna be the haha.
But shout out. Well, we know Reggie's situation. He's getting married, so he won't be. So we think.
Shout out Finn Balor, because NXT Finn Balor, when he turned heel, was chef's kiss work. Oh, yeah. Other than that, I can only see Damian Priest or Finn Balor winning.
Pretty much.
Shouts out Hurt Business, but we know they're not winning.
The job business, yeah.
The job business, yeah, because they don't even know what to do. They call him Hurt Business, then Bobby Lashley say he's the Hurt Business, and I don't know, man. But yeah, SmackDown. Yeah, I might end up watching Ring of Honor.
SmackDown's a no for me, dog.
Yeah, I might end up just watching Ring of Honor, dog.
Yeah, it's a no for me, dog.
I might have to watch Ring of Honor, bro, because
I'm interested.
It's not looking interesting to me at all, dog. I'm sorry. It's not looking.
Get that weak mess out of here. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
trying to tell you, bro.
That's a big block.
It screams filler because you already know Roman and Brock had their promo battle on Raw, so you know they're probably not going to be on SmackDown. You're probably going to see a whole bunch of hype packages. Who else? You probably not. It's probably going to be literally a 2-hour show of hype packages.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, like literally with the show being the next day, they're not gonna really wrestle anybody. So yeah.
Nah. So I don't see it. So we might as well, before we get up out of here, we might as well give our preview and predictions, the speed round version, because we pretty much done gave a full breakdown of over 2 hours ago of everything that's been going on to this point. Might as well give our preview and predictions for WrestleMania Night 1, and we might as well start off with this
Mm. Who?
Seth freaking Rollins versus Mr. McMahon's hand-picked opponent. Who do you think will be the reveal for this one?
Oh boy.
Do you think
it's so easy?
Do you think it's a certain American Nightmare?
All right, I'm gonna go for the swerve here.
Or do you think it's a Stardust?
I'm gonna go for the swerve. Definitely don't think it's a Stardust. God, please don't. Please don't. Please don't. I'm gonna go for the swerve. I'm gonna say, call me crazy, but I'm gonna say it's the Undertaker.
Huh?
Well, think about it. Dallas, he's in the Hall of Fame. Even though we know he's done, who's a better guy that could make the Undertaker look good for one last hurrah? One last little fitting banger in front of his home, you know? A nice little 5-10 minute match or something, you know?
Nigga!
Home picked opponent too. His hand-picked opponent, guys. Mr. McMahon's hand-picked opponent. Who better than his?
I beg your pardon?
Let me tell you something, all right? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Call me crazy. Call me crazy.
I think you've lost. I think Hi-Lite has reached the point of I've lost my mind because Undertaker.
Hey man, it isn't Dallas. You know, you never know. You'd be surprised.
Oh man. Oh no.
Surprised. If I'm giving you guys laughs, you're welcome. Hey, you're welcome.
The Undertaker. You know what? Screw it. I see Kane. He likes to burn it down. I see Kane. He wants to burn it down and just.
Oh my goodness. Well,
I like to like yo, for real. I want to see. You know what? Screw it. I'm the boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you. Let's bring out the boogeyman.
Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious, God.
We're taking liberties at this point.
We are.
Oh my God. All right. In all seriousness, it's obvious that it's Cody Rhodes, bro.
One would hope.
Oh, do you really think that they're gonna swerve us and just do? And who would be the swerve though? Shane?
When we know WWE the way we do.
Yeah, this is true.
You know, it's ever unwritten that it could be a swerve, which is why they laugh at me. But I mean, we've seen this mystery thing before.
Dog, you know what? I wouldn't be. This is how I wouldn't be like not mad at it if they book Seth Rollins versus Shane McMahon, like because Shane McMahon is reportedly supposed to be out there this weekend. What if they just play Here Comes the Money and Seth just beats him with ease?
Mm-hmm.
And then Seth is returning and he's mad. He's like, "That's all you got for me? That's all you got for me?" And then cue Cody Rhodes music. And he actually challenges him. Like it's a swerve on a swerve. What you think about that?
I don't know if WWE is smart enough to do it that way, but you know, hey, it would be nice. It'd be nice. You getting Seth twice in one night. Would you, if he did that, would it be one of those things where you think he does that at night one, only to then come night two and be like that?
Do it all on night one. I'm not trying to make this show longer than it needs to be. That's my
The one way you can make that work is if you do that where he does that night one, only to then come in the night mad.
I'm not saying have him face Shane McMahon in a classic. I'm talking about squash the hell out of Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
Or whoever is the swerve. Like have them swerve somebody and then have him squash him and then be like, "That's all you got for me?" Really? Like have him snap and then have Cody come out and give him an actual banger. It's been done before.
Yeah.
That's just me.
I don't know. It's gonna get a dramatic effect some kind of way.
Either way, the outcome of this, whoever this mystery is going to either cause the crowd to cheer or riot like crazy.
Hey, I'm all for either one. I'm definitely for the riot. Not gonna lie.
I love me some chaos. I live for the chaos.
Yeah, bring it on. Bring it on.
Give me chaos. I want violence.
Mm-hmm.
The next one we got is this one. The Raw Women's Championship is on the line. We talked about it earlier. Bianca Belair challenging Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship. Who do you got going for this one?
We said it earlier. I'm going with Bianca. I need that get back. This is the get back or nothing. This is the get back or nothing at all. Give me Bianca for the win.
Okay. I respect it. I can see it. Because I agree as well. I need Bianca Belair to take that elite, like, because we've seen her lose. It's like, y'all been building up to it. And like I said, if the story, like I said, if the crowd rejects Bianca, don't drag it out. Flip the switch. Have her do a double turn.
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, I don't even need her to just win. I need her to win in 25 seconds.
I beat you 1 second quicker than me.
Yeah, I'm the EST. I'm gonna beat you in 25 seconds. Just saying.
We'll see. And then here's a match that I kind of don't care for, but it's gonna be a banger. This one for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships.
Oh boy. For all the tag teams they could.
The Uso versus Nakamura and Rick Boogs.
All right. Personally, this just as much as the main event of the unification, this should have been them versus RK Bro.
This should have been a unification match.
Yeah, pretty much.
The match that we got on Raw should have been this match.
Pretty much. Like, this shouldn't even be a thing. Just
the tag team division needs to be unified. I'm sorry.
It really does. More than anything else. Like, definitely this. So, I'm going Usos by default because it's the Usos. And there's no tag team worthy of beating them right now until someone proves otherwise. So, yeah.
Yep. Then you have the second women's match of the night. Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey.
Oh, boy. Do I even care?
I ain't even finna pretend to care, bro. I am not about to pretend to care. I'm not finna force it to care.
Bro, I'm not even ready for another Ronda Rousey title run. Like, seriously. All that does is bury the division at that point. So,
you know what? I never thought I would see the day, but Charlotte for the win. Please.
You know what?
It's the lesser.
Yeah.
It's the lesser of two evils.
I'll take all the yapping. She won't shut up if she wins this, but go ahead. Give it to Charlotte, please.
Give it to Charlotte. I don't care. Then you have this Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin.
Night one sucks.
That's what it's looking like, bro. Bro.
Oh shoot. God dang. You literally, they better save that Cody situation. If it's him, they better save that for the end. Because good Lord. If you do that first, I swear to God,
I'm turning this shit off.
Nobody's watching the rest of that.
Bro,
Seriously.
if you do Bianca first, Bianca and Becky first, and then Seth and Cody first, second, ain't nobody watching after that.
Nope. They better be wise with this card, and they better spread out that. They better make you wait for this mystery opponent. That's all I'm saying. They better make you wait.
Ooh, boy.
Oh my goodness. If they're smart, they better make you wait, because there's no way. And this is this even a question? This is obviously Drew, I guess. Ugh. Sheesh. Man, go to the next slide.
Bro. I am telling you this right now. If they put those two matches I just mentioned on first, this is gonna be me.
Y'all take it easy. I'm out.
Y'all take it easy. I'm out.
In that order, in that fashion, yes.
Like, dog, come on.
See you in night 2, people. That's it.
And then look at this porn stash on Baron Corbin, bro.
Oh my God! Don't even get me started,
bro. But the next match is this.
Oh man, okay, jeez.
The New Day versus Sheamus and Ridge Holland with Butch.
Well, I don't even know what to say about this one, because the last time the New Day did something with Sheamus at WrestleMania, that didn't go too well. So
yeah, you're right.
I don't even know, bro. And given the reputation of that one over there, it's what he just did to that guy. Oh, this is not. No, I love the New Day. What did just come back? But I'm gonna give this, I guess, to Sheamus.
They said, "Can we talk about Butch?" Yeah, Butch. You know, he's butching on these hoes.
Yeah, in that order, in that fashion, the whole shebang. Just
like I don't understand why they. I've said this before. I don't understand why they renamed this man Butch, because we know for a fact that it's Pete Dunne, one of the longest reigning champions in WWE history. But it's just like they could, if they really wanted to just rename him for copyright or trademark reasons, they could have just said Butch Dunne.
Mm-hmm.
But just Butch and making him a pit bull, like, come on now. Yeah. But I ain't finna complain about that. This match is probably it may surprise me, but at the same time, I'm not finna have my hopes up.
Yeah, pretty much what you said, Gresh. What you said.
And then we got this match.
All right, hear me out on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the video earlier.
Okay.
WWE had a video where they were showing
Logan training.
Paul. Yeah, and not gonna lie, as much as I don't care for these Paul brothers, I'm not gonna lie. It's something about when they do these sports they have this ability to adapt. And
you saw the stunner last year when Logan took the stunner from Kevin Owens. He sold that pretty much better than half the roster.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. On the slick, I got this as you remember Bad Bunny last year and how nobody cared about that. But it stole the show. I got this one, and it's something about Miz. He's not getting enough credit for this because this will be 2 times in a row if he pulls this off. I think this may be a potential night 1 show stealer. I really do. I think this is going to be a moment where Logan Paul going to be doing some things that's going to get fans respect.
Okay.
So as far as wins this, I'm actually going to give this one to Miz and Logan Paul, actually. I think they actually pull this off and win.
I wouldn't hate it, but prepare for that heat, because Logan Paul gets booed more than the Miz.
He does, but it's for that reason right there that's got me thinking like, there's something here, because watching that video reminded me and said, you know what? Miz has a thing that works with this because he is the example of what Logan Paul can be.
Okay.
So I wouldn't be surprised, man. I'm gonna have the Miz and Logan take this one, bro.
And then we're gonna close out with the supposed main event of the evening. That is the Kevin Owens show with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
All right, scratch that. I forgot about this. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot all about this, y'all. So let's just put it this way. If you do open up with Seth Rollins, because more than likely you're probably going to close out with this moment. So my advice to you, WWE, with night 1, you better spread this out correctly, because I'm telling you now, like you just said, Gresh, if they start off with Bianca and Seth, ain't nobody caring about the rest of this night until you get to this very moment.
Y'all take it easy. I'm out.
My point exactly. Until I hear glass shattering, I'm out.
I'm out. Y'all take it easy. I'm out. But do you see this converting into a match, or do you just see like a stunner and done? Because if you keep in mind, they've been teasing that Stone Cold hasn't wrestled in 19 years. They have been saying he hasn't made an appearance, because we're going to keep in mind this man has been appearing literally since he retired.
You know what? This is definitely a camouflage. It won't be a typical KO show thing. They may have the set, right? Mm-hmm. I'm getting more brawl, like it'd be a match, but it's a brawl type of match.
Yeah.
Street fight-ish in a way, maybe, or something. But yeah, this right here is gonna be something. And I'm excited to just see what Stone Cold still got. Because be prepared, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to hear it. You still got it. You still got it. You know, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
And, yeah.
You see it converting into a match. And whoever wins, this is one of those you can't really predict.
No, yeah, because Austin is the type of guy that would give a guy like KO the rub.
You let him get the stunner.
This is true. But at the same time, stars do. This is a tough one to call. Honestly, it's a tough one to call. I see KO getting his tail whooped, but ultimately, can he get the win? If this is a match, I would not be surprised. So I got KO stunning the world.
Okay. Stunning the world. That's literally his graphics.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Now we're going to move on to WrestleMania Night 2. We're going to start off with this first celebrity match. And that is in an anything goes match. Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville.
Oh my God, I'm loving the celebrityness around here. This is interesting. I think this is a good sleeper for comedic reasons.
Yep.
I think this will surprise a lot of people. It'll be fun. It'll be entertaining. And Johnny Knoxville is going to take a whole lot of spots. Oh,
yeah. He's the type of guy that doesn't mind dying.
Yeah. He's going to get that type of level of he's going to get that kind of recognition. So I'm definitely give this one to Sami Zayn for sure.
Honestly, same, because I don't see them having him lose.
Yeah,
because he's been a mainstay and a golden, like he's been a high point
yeah,
of weekly TV since the pandemic.
yeah. I don't think he's had a Mania moment like that either. Not
Nope,
like a real one. So this would be
nope.
his Mania moment.
He's always lost. Literally.
Yeah, yeah. So this would be like his legit Mania moment. So he deserves it. Why not?
Okay, and then this next one that literally was just confirmed on WrestleMania Raw, Bobby Lashley versus
Oh,
Omos.
crap. You know what? No, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm feeling a little. That's just a slight preview, which I hate they did that. I really hate they did that.
They basically gave away the match.
They kind of did, but at the same time, there's a part of me that says, then again, it's very possible, based off how Bobby acted in that when he kept psyching himself out. I wouldn't be surprised if we got an Andre the Giant moment. Dare I say Bobby Lashley picks up this almighty almost? Dare I say maybe for a dominator or something, and then setting him up for inevitable spear and dare I say winning? I mean, he is the almighty Bobby Lashley. I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls off the win. I actually do have him giving almost his first defeat.
Okay, I see it. I can see it because it got to lead to something because they've been Omos is, even though I'm a fan of, I'm not. I can't even say I'm a fan. It's more so like the squash matches doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, because what does beating Lashley even do for him? At that point, all it does is then you got to put him against Lesnar or something, and you darn sure don't want to do that.
Oh, nah, because
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Rock gonna look at him. Rock gonna look at them like, man, fuck off. That's literally what he gonna say.
Exactly. That's why I said I think this is a better moment to set up Lashley for an inevitable rematch with Lesnar somewhere in the line. So I could see him having his like crazy Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan Andre the Giant moment, and just like doing the impossible and just going over from that.
Okay. Next match we got is the Fatal 4-Way for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Remember those titles are still a thing. You got Carmella and Queen Zelina versus Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, or what they like to call Liv for Brutality. You have the Boss in Glow, which is Sasha Banks and Naomi, versus the who is Natalya going to team up with this year group being Natalya and Shayna Baszler.
Oh, I love it. I'm not gonna say by default. I ain't gonna say that.
I want Boston Hook. I mean, I said Boston Hook. I want Boston Glow.
Yeah, I want Boston Glow too. We're right there with each other, brother. One, because Sasha needs her first at WrestleMania, and this is the perfect way to do it. Because nobody cares about the rest of this. Even though I do like the pairing of Liv and Rhea, should have did that the first time around, but whatever. I'm going Boston Glow for this one. So yeah, 2 Mania moments for 2 black women right there. Let's go.
Yep, I'll take it. And moving on, you have this one, the final celebrity match of the WrestleMania weekend. That is Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory.
This will be
a sleeper too, because keep in mind, Pat McAfee, he has some bangers in NXT.
Oh yeah, I was just about to say. This will be a sleeper. For night 2, this will definitely probably be a potential show stealer. I'm giving this one to Austin Theory because he's getting that rub.
Yeah,
and it just, I just don't see him losing right now. So,
or at least clean.
Yeah, cleanly. Yeah, if he's losing to anybody, it's somebody like on the level of Roman or Brock, those type of guys. But right now, anybody like mid-tier and he's winning. So yeah, Theory for the win.
Okay. Then you got this match. You have another triple threat tag for tag team titles. You have RK Bro versus Alpha. I say Alpha Academy. Thank you.
Well,
Versus
thank you.
versus the Street Profits. Who you think? Who you think taking the dub?
Shush.
Shush.
Man, this is tough to call, honestly. I got RK Bro for the
dub.
Yeah, for the dub, because
at
some point they'll break up. But
do you think the Street Profits turn heel here?
It's possible. They've been teasing it, but it's tough because maybe they're just doing that for WrestleMania Edge just to prove a point. So
okay,
it's hard to call that. We got to see a little bit more beyond this point for me to really determine that. But I just by default, the crowd loves RK Bro. They, even though Alpha Academy's over, they're over in terms of getting booed, but they are over. I just don't see them having a Mania moment to win, so I'm giving this to RK Bro.
Okay, and then you have this match, the dream match, to some people. I mean,
yes,
it's a match that I'm looking forward to. You have the pinnacle of professional wrestling, the rated R superstar Edge versus the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Man,
this is a different Edge than we're used to. He's the pinnacle. He's arrogant. He says, "I'm the great." He's the greatness of professional wrestling. So,
I'm so hyped and like amped for this entire match. Build has been amazing. The promos have been amazing. Everything. Believe it or not, I'm gonna go with AJ win this.
Do you think
what'll be a slugger, like a real slugfest?
Do you think AJ wins this because he needs to be in the main event scene? Because we all know Edge is going away at some point.
Yeah. I think this it gives AJ a real solid Mania moment. I know he's won at Mania, but like I think it's like this would be his biggest high profile Mania match that I know of since his first one with Jericho, I think.
Do you see this as a one and done? Or do you see them running it back at some point?
They can run this back depending on how the match goes. Okay. I could see them running it back, but I definitely it depends on how far Edge wants to take this new version of him. If he's really riding this, then yeah, I can see them running it back for a rematch, and then maybe even a rubber match if it comes to that. But
it's kind of similar to what he did with Seth Rollins.
Yeah, kind of similar to something like that. So,
like, do you see a Mania, then maybe one of the B card pay-per-views, and then SummerSlam?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that. Because SummerSlam could hit before then. So yeah, I could see that.
Okay. I'm down with seeing these two tussle for whatever, but I see if they do go the long route, I see AJ getting the win and Edge attacking him to continue. Or if they want to do this as a one and done, I still see AJ winning regardless.
Yeah, Edge doesn't need it per se. We know he's good. In his status,
and he's at that point now where him losing isn't a burial; it's more so like putting other guys over.
Yeah, for sure. So let's go with AJ for the win on this one. If anything else happens, I'd be kind of shocked, but not too shocked.
Yes, sir. And then the main event of the entire WrestleMania weekend. That is the winner-take-all title unification match. Universal Champion Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, versus the WWE Champion, the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Who do you see taking this dub?
For the record, let me just say that Night 2 has already shown that it is light years going to be A, shorter, and B, a lot better than Night 1. I guarantee you that much.
Yep.
Night one's gonna try their hardest. I promise to God they're gonna try their hardest, and then Night 2 is just gonna come and just be like, yeah, hold my beer. I have been so back and forth about this because I'm like, who needs this more? It's amazing because I got the Stone Cold versus The Rock feels based off that Roman promo we brought up earlier, and I'm like, after you know what you said, part of me wants to say that Roman is going to take this, albeit it could be. I'm hoping it's a clean win, personally.
It needs to be clean, bro. It really needs to be clean.
I don't want a screwy finish. Like, I want him to win against Brock cleanly because he hasn't done it yet. And if you think about when The Rock beat Austin, finally at WrestleMania, it was clean, you know? And so let Roman do this cleanly and with hopes of maybe, dare I say, The Rock just surprising people at the end to set up the inevitable family feud that everybody's been wanting. So, because you heard anything about Rock? I ain't heard anything about The Rock. He's been pretty quiet.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, he been filming. I mean, he's been a family man, but outside of that,
he's been real quiet. Rumor mill's been quiet and everything. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's keeping it that under wraps to just suddenly show up right at the end of this. You know, one thing about Roman's matches, we've always known. Usually, if he wins, there's always someone at the end. Yeah,
he's interrupted every time.
Every time.
First it was John Cena, then it was Brock, and now it'll be Rock. Like we said, it put him on that big mode to where it's like, bro, who's going to beat this man?
Yeah. So I'm gonna say Roman takes this one in a clean way, hopefully, and as far as where Brock goes from here at this point with that, maybe he takes a break for a bit and then he comes back and I don't know who he feuds with. But see, again, why I'm torn is because this version of Brock's been on fire in terms of personality. Yeah. He's over. So I can't say I'm surprised if he does win. I'm just hoping Roman wins to further continue this because I don't know what Roman has after this if he loses. You know,
he can go on a spiral as like he shouldn't lose, like he can snap, but we've seen that done before.
Yeah, exactly. So I got Roman. We'll see how it plays out from here.
Yep, I agree. But that is your WrestleMania preview and predictions, man. We've been going for a good minute for today's podcast. This has been fun. I had some little mini notes that I wanted to get your opinion on. MJF, he's apparently frustrated about his contract. He wants to be paid more. But what are your thoughts on that? Do you think he's earned that check? I think so. I think so.
Yeah, he definitely has because he's got star quality. He's their, arguably, if not for real, their biggest legitimate heel in the company.
Okay.
I mean, he's practically undefeated to a degree in terms of he's one of their most protected people. Yeah, I could see it. Granted, you know, they need to be careful with that because that's very WCW-like to me right about now.
Okay.
I'm just saying, once pay starts getting talked about, we see why WCW doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Say more.
You say more. I mean, I don't have too much because I told you I don't really give two jack shits about who gets paid who because it's like long as the story's there, but it'd be foolish if they let him slip away when it comes to money. Like if he wants more money, give him more money, dude. It ain't that simple. But all in all, that's been your today's edition of the Gresh Unleashed podcast. But you got you covered for this weekend because this Saturday, WrestleMania Night 1, we will be right back here for the post show. More than likely, hopefully, the show is not too long. Please don't be too long. Same with Night 2. We will be back here, more than likely, chopping up with you guys right back here. It'll be yours truly, as well as your boy to my left or right, however you're looking at this. Hi-Lite Real, the voice of the Unleashed anthem. I have been your voice of mischief, as well as your purveyor of mayhem, Gresh. And you got anything else to say? Where can beautiful people can follow you on social media, my brother?
Hey, y'all already know, man. First and foremost, it's always an honor to be back in full effect with my bro, my main tag team partner. You already know, Mr. Gresh over here. Shout out to you, brother, for always bringing me on, man. It's always a pleasure. If you want to follow your boy, man, you already know. You see the handle right there on the screen at Hi-Lite Life, Hilite Life. Y'all go continue to stream that Hardy Boys single. Shout out to the Hardy family for just always showing love to it, posting it, and all that good stuff, man. Make sure y'all just go out there, continue to stream it, show it some love, show support. Music video coming very, very soon. We are in development.
And you might see your boy take some bumpskis. You never know.
You never know. Saying. So, all my people in Atlanta, if you're a follower of Gresh and you live in the Atlanta area, listen out for details. Make sure you follow me because we're going to need some extras in this here video when we get it set up. So, I'm just saying. Show time to shine. But other than that, man, if you ain't following me, follow the platform that I'm a part of in OTS Media Co. OTS Media Co. If you love all things from sports, music, media, all that good stuff, we already put it over earlier. Y'all know what it is. I'm just, giving the extra friendly reminder. Y'all go follow all things OTS Media Co. on Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. And that's about it.
That's it. Yes, sir. And with that being said, make sure you guys support the channel or anything that it comes with this podcast is over on patreon.com/GreshDigital. We have the Watch and Vibe exclusive series that is going to start back up because Suela has been booked. Like I said, my usual co-host, she will be back soon, hopefully. If not, more than likely, I'll be watching and vibing myself, and I'll probably have Hi-Lite or whoever on. But that is the Patreon exclusive series that'll be back soon. Thank you for your support. Make sure you follow us over on all things social media at Gresh Unleashed, the podcast, or just at Gresh Unleashed, period. That's literally the at. Or if you can follow me, yours truly at Josh Gresham RG, or you can just hit our links at solo.to/Gresh. And with that being said, you guys stay safe out here. We've gone long. This is the first time we've gone to midnight, but it is what it is. That's how we roll. And with that being said, you guys stay safe out here in these streets. And remember to always eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. We out. Be breezy.